Hi. Mabuhay. Mahal Kita. Thank you, Poe. Hello. And welcome to my stream. My very Filipino stream. Sorry, I went into Uwu voice because I saw that Lobster said hello or sorry, and it unlocked my Uwu voice. Sorry. Hello. It is me, your second rate hero, #1 wandering VTuber. And I guess I'm Filipino today, as someone who will probably be joining the stream later would call me every single time, even though I had never visited the Philippines before. And I hate to say it. Well, I don't hate to say it. There's nothing wrong with not being Filipino, but I'm not Filipino. There's nothing wrong with being Filipino either. I feel like I need to say that before someone takes that out of context and clips that. No. I'm just not Filipino. I'm sorry to tell you guys this. But someone really wanted me to be Filipino, so I went on a trip to the Philippines recently. About a week ago. 2 weeks ago? I think 2 weeks ago. Wow, time flies. It's good to see you. Let me say hello to everyone, as I like to do. I heard a banging sound that low-key scared me. I've been saying low-key a lot. Okay, I'm gonna start with Twitch first. Hello! Actually, I'll start with YouTube first. Hello to Josh and Jab. Good luck with work today. And then on the Twitch side, hello to... Chi, hello. Hello to Chomp. Hello to Lobster. Hello Fedware. Hello Spears. Hello Moy. Moy. I think that's how you say hello in Finnish. I forget. Sorry, totally off topic. Hi Garbaggio. Hello Lily. It's so good to see you all. I hope you are doing good. How was your week? How was your weekend? Did you do anything fun? I went somewhere local for a local event. It was pretty fun. I went with my sister. Pretty good. I thought maybe I would take some photos. I did take some photos, but I was like, I can't show none of y'all this. So, sorry, no photos for y'all. I don't know why I'm taking on all these different accents today. I think I have forgotten where I am from. Let me put this over here. Reorganizing some things. God of War grind. Ooh. It's been a while since the last one came out, right? Have you been doing all the God of War? Oh, wait, no. There's that new God of War, right? There was a new God of War recently, and people didn't like it, right? Oh, wait. I know some of you like this feature. I'm gonna... I did this last time, and some of you said you liked it, so I'll do it again. This would be really funny if it activates all the wrong things. There you go. Just so I have a little bit more of an outline. There you go. My sister? Yeah, my sister. I went with my sister. I don't have another one. I just have one sister. Unless you mean like I had another trip. It was a local trip, though. It's not like I flew 15 hours to the Philippines. So Maki better be grateful. It hurt. My neck, actually, this is kind of sad. When I went to Japan, it was fine. I don't remember any like really bad problems for my body after the Japan trip. My neck still hurts after that 15-hour flight. The extra 3 hours just broke something in me. I don't know what it was. It hurts though. I am not happy. If I'm looking forward, it's totally fine. I don't have any issue, but if I turn my head really quickly to the sides, it hurts a lot. Like a lot. And I hope that doesn't mean anything significant has happened. I will talk about why I'm kind of worried about it later when we get to that section. But Philippines trip certainly went in a way. Why am I Texan? Is this Texan? Well, there's a difference between like a Southern and a Texan, but I don't really know the difference. I don't really know what that sounds like. I just kind of go into this affect sometimes, and I think I've mentioned this before. It helps me enunciate better. I think I'm more careful with my word choice, and it makes it easier to understand me despite the accent, which I think is very funny. But it's not my accent. Unless it is, and I'm lying. But I would never lie to you guys. Right? Anyway. Hi, iSpect. Okay. Internationally adept. I've been internationally adept. I've traveled many times outside of my homeland. I'm a wanderer. I'm a traveler. I'd be lying if I wasn't a traveler. That I called myself a wandering VTuber. I like traveling. It just, travel doesn't always like me. But this one was pretty good. I have photos for you guys. We'll go through them. I mentioned this on the Discord and I think on social media. I am making a vlog because I actually recorded a lot of video. 22 minutes of video to be exact. But it's not done yet. I'm actually making pretty good progress. If you were here last year, there was a vlog for Anime Boston. And that was, how long was that video? Let's take a look. How long was my vlog for Boston? In the Anime Boston. That was 21 minutes. What is wrong with me? Almost at 300 views, by the way. Thanks. My next vlog will not be 21 minutes. I promise you. I have gone through the first 2 days of that trip, and technically day 0. So 3 days out of 7, and it's currently, the video is 2 minutes and 40 seconds. That's how long it is. So it's gonna be a lot shorter, so a lot more palatable. Good luck. And I think I'm doing a little bit better. Maki was very proud of my video editing efforts. We were in call last night. Thank you for jailing me. I appreciate it. What are my crimes, Miss Lyric? Oh, I'm not even in jail. That's more embarrassing for me than it is for you. I'll say that. Being too cute. Oh, well, no wonder I wasn't in jail. I'm not guilty of that crime. You're the one in jail, actually. Chat was in jail? That's true. Oh wait, no, I wouldn't call you guys. Anyway. What was I talking about? Hi, Lyric. It's so good to see you. I'm editing. Yes, I was talking about video. I'm very good at talking. I'm so good at talking and being around people and social interaction. Anyway, I'm working on the video. It's at 2 minutes 40 seconds ish. I have 4-ish more days to get through. It'll probably be around 10 minutes, is my guess. So half the time of Anime Boston. I don't write blogs. I've made a vlog of Anime Boston when I went last year pre-debut. So before I looked like this. So I was using a free-to-use model. It's a little very different now. Yes. Okay. I have successfully navigated that conversation. Editing? Yeah, it's kind of difficult. I don't know if I'm going to add captions to this video. I know the common thing to do for VTubers is to put captions under every video because it's accessibility and just part of the standard, I guess, for VTubers. I never really thought about that. Very accessibility friendly for VTubing. Why is that? Anyway. So, I don't know if there'll be subtitles, but there might be. But there might not be. So, good luck. I don't know. Subtitling is just very hard. If you've done it before, or you've done transcription work before, it's not fun. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not easy is the issue. It's a lot of re-listening to things and making sure you heard the right thing, and then making sure the subtitles match exactly with when they say the thing. And if you're trying to make it look nice and pretty, then you have to go through the effort of making every single subtitle look nice and pretty, which is a whole other thing. And then if you want to add effects to your subtitles, it's a whole other thing. Maki would do this for me, but he won't let me pay him, so. If you guys want a video editor, I know a guy, and he might actually let you pay him. Or you could be like, yeah, Liar sent me, so will you do it for free? And then he'll maybe give you a discount. Secret strat, by the way. He won't even let me pay him. I hate that man. I saw him for the first time 2 weeks ago. I won't say much about him because he's not here to defend himself, but it was good to see him. I will say he was a very good tour guide. We were there for a whole week, in case you did not know. I know my break was technically a little bit longer than that, but it was only for a week. Oh, I'm here to defend yourself. Hello, Maki versus. I don't know what I said that would... Oh, I know what I was thinking of that you need to defend, but I haven't said it. Hi, Hi, Maki. Hi, Oskib. Am I Filipina yet? Well, Maki. Am I Filipina? I know what answer you're gonna give, but I already know my answer. I already gave my answer. Yes, Paul. Thanks, Paul. Who's Maki? I wouldn't know. I mean, his legal name, which I'll say right now for the stream, because he said I could. Beep. Isn't that a lovely name? I was asking him what I'm allowed to talk about, and he's like, yeah, you can say whatever you want, basically. And I'm like, so I'm not gonna say anything. Maki, I'm not gonna say your last name, but nice try. Yeah, his name, yeah, how did you know the exact, whoa. How did you know the exact exact number of characters in his name? That's very real, obviously, very true. I can't believe his first name is 4 letters and his last name is 3. Although, I will say, I think I can say this as a general statement. I think I've noticed a lot of Filipino names are very long for last names. Your name's Maki Bob? Oh my gosh, I didn't know you and Chomp were married. Congratulations. When's the wedding? Also, he was not 10 feet tall. I think I would be scared of Maki if he was 10 feet tall. No, I think we went the other way. Anyway, let's do photos. You want to see photos for my trip? Let's do photos. None of them include Maki, by the way. Sorry, you don't get a shot of what Maki looks like. I'll do a bit like this. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to position this. Because my photos... For some reason, my camera doesn't take 1920 by 1080 resolution photos. It takes more square. It's very strange. Let's do this. Whoa. I'm gonna move this ever so slightly this way. Oh. Don't mind that. Where is that? Okay. Here's my photo range. Here you can see my lovely photos. Congratulations. Except this one, the photos are not starting in the Philippines. The photos are actually starting in San Francisco, because that is where our flight to the Philippines took off. Just for full transparency, it is not me flying by myself. I had another friend, Typolion, who came with me. I'm going to sneeze 1 second. Sorry. Oh, right, I was beginning. Okay, I went with Typo. I have a friend named Typo. We went to the Philippines because Typo is a friend of Maki and so it worked out perfectly. I'm very good at English. There we go. This is supposed to be a surprise and show you guys when he came. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for ruining the surprise for Maki. Bless you, thank you. Oh my gosh, sorry. I read Lobster's comment. I thought he was talking to me at first because he was telling Maki he has no yato, and I was like, are you talking to me? I didn't know where that came from. I was about to time you out. Anyway, we're in San Francisco. I've never been to San Francisco. It was very big and very scary there. But we had like a crazy layover. So we're like, okay, what do we do with a crazy layover in San Francisco? We have nothing to do with the airport. So we're like, well, time to take a train. Did you know there are trains in San Francisco? I did not know this. It makes sense for the airport. I think it's not just the airport. It's for, like, most of San Francisco and the area outside of it. But it's not very great. Where is this? Boop. There's the photo. Oh, so hello, Wanderer. Welcome in. And hi, Automatic. It's so good to see you both. You're just in time. I just started showing photos. You mean the little trains that go on the road? No, not streetcars or trams. It was not a tram. It was not a streetcar. It is a train, like a straight up metro train. I don't know if I could say metro, but like, it's kind of like if New York subways were above ground is the best way I can put that. I don't know how else to explain that. So we went on a little field trip and we were like, okay, what's there to do in San Francisco? It takes 2 hours basically to get to the interesting parts of San Francisco. So we can't go too far from the airport, which means we can maybe go like an hour at most. And we're hungry. So what do? We go to the best burrito place in the United States that I forgot the name of.
I didn't do my research. The best burrito place in the United States is apparently in the Mission District of San Francisco. I do not remember the name of it. It's something. It's very simple, and I don't remember it. But it's like, yeah, they have the best burritos. They don't use any rice. It was voted by a magazine, I think, and this was the line for it. Not the place had just opened up. This is also a line for both to go and just to sit in the restaurant. It is not a big restaurant. Based on the it's because Oskip said that based on the POV of this pic, I'm 10 feet tall. I am not 10 feet tall. I'm sorry to tell you guys this. I know that's exactly what you thought this whole time, even though I have it as my canon height that I'm 5'5" or 166 centimeters. I forget what the number is. I forget. Yes, I'm not 10 foot. I'm not 10 foot. I just wanted to show you guys how big the line was, and it's pretty big. I did also take a photo of the cigarette shop right next to it because I thought it looked neat. That's all. I don't know. I just really like the vibe in here. I don't really have stores like this where I live. It's really, really cramped. I'm not used to, I guess I should say, I'm not used to walkable cities is the best way to put that, I guess. I wouldn't say San Francisco is like walkable in the way New York is or Boston is. It's got its own kind of walkable. If you take the train and you're okay with being around a lot of people and maybe getting pickpocketed. Well, you get pickpocketed in New York and Boston too, but you know what I mean. So, there's also some street art that was next to the restaurant. Here is my burrito. Boom. Thoughts? I got a burrito. I think Typo got a quesadilla. I forget what I got in mine. I think I got beef? Beef or chicken? San Fran's like a giant hill, so it's only walkable one way. It is walkable one way, but there are trains. So if you can take a train from one side to the other, it helps a lot. But if the train is on the hill, it becomes a problem. Burrito, yeah. It was pretty okay. I would not say it's the best in the world. There's also something... I might be about to blast your eardrums, so prepare yourself. When we went... for some reason... I don't know how common this is for them to do this. There was a guy... Oh, wait, I don't want to do that. Wait. I don't want it to autoplay. There was a guy who just started randomly playing the guitar while we were sitting there, and he just started playing. Do not make source visible. Okay. Local file. Let me make sure I get the right one. This is the one video I'm going to show you because it's not going to show up in the vlog because I just couldn't find a place for it. Philippines. I think it's this one. Oh, you can't. Can you hear it? Wait. Once again, I might be about to blast your eardrums off. Oh, yeah. Okay. I saw the media source go way up. Wait. Okay, this should be okay. All right, let me restart it. Oh. There you go. I can't hear it, so I just assume you guys can. So that's what we listened to. He was walking around afterward and he was like, I think he was looking for tips and I said thank you and he looked at me and it looked like he was expecting money. I did not give him a tip. I was kind of confused more than anything, but it was very good. I liked it, the performance. If I was a little confused. Overall, I would say don't go to the best burrito place in the US. It's not the best place in the US, but if you want to have a guy sing mariachi music to you, I forget the exact term before it is. Gria? I forget. It's like, whatever. I don't remember. But if you want to listen to that, you can hear that there at the Mission District. So, tips for San Francisco, I guess? I've never been, and I probably won't go for a while. Well, I might. I don't know. How many of you are going to Offkai out of curiosity? If you don't know, Offkai is a VTuber convention that's happening in July. And I have tickets, and my sister and I are both going, as well as the people I know. I bought the plane tickets. I may have forgotten to save the reservation number, and now I can't find the reservation number. So I don't know when I'm flying to Offkai. I actually had to go back into my credit card history, and I scrolled through trying to find it. So I know I did buy the tickets. I just don't know when. So we might have a fun story when I fly to San Francisco or San Jose. I don't remember even which airport I'm going to. I don't know if I have a layover. I don't know what time I need to leave. I think they'll tell me like a week before. Anyway, so San Francisco was nice. Where's my photos? There it is. Oh, it's called La Taqueria. So if you were interested in burrito, it's La Taqueria, but it's not the best burrito place. Anyway. Oh, yeah, they also have this cute little Italian bakery. And I just like these little... Tag yourself. Are you the honey Dutch boy, or are you the chocolate Dutch boy? I kind of feel like a chocolate Dutch boy. I like chocolate. But maybe you feel like a honey Dutch boy. It looked really good in there. All the food looked really, really good. All of you were honey. Okay, I see how it is. They looked so good, though. We didn't get anything because we didn't really want to bring it on the flight, and we had already paid a lot for the burrito. But everything in there looks so good. I was so hungry before this stream, looking through all the photos from this trip. I hope you guys have had a meal before watching, just FYI, because some of this food looks really, really good. I had to go out and get a burger. I was so hungry. It still didn't really scratch that itch. You'll see. I'm getting pinged. Oh, that's why. Uma musume. This was my food on the flight. And now, some of you may know that I have mixed feelings about airport and airplane food. This is mainly because a lot of times I don't feel good after those food meals. I would have told you at the time that this is the best meal I've ever had on a flight. It's like beef and pineapple fried rice. I think every time I go on a trip to Europe, the food is not very good. It's kind of really bland. When I went to Japan, I went with an airplane that had really bad food and really bad service. So that was no good. This one actually felt like they wanted me to have good food. This is also the only meal I ate on the plane. I had a really big meal at the burrito place, and then I ate this, and then I never ate again on the entire flight because I was so scared. But it was pretty good. And then we landed. Welcome back for your trip. Thank you. Also, we landed at midnight, I think. It was like 11 p.m. or something. This is us flying over. Also, oh, I need to get my little, where is this? My pointer. Oop, it's been a while. So, this is actually a really big lake with an island in the middle. We didn't go, but I'm told there's like something to do around here, or there's like a Starbucks that has like the best view of this lake. We did not go this direction, but I thought it was fun to point out. Hi, TA. Welcome back. Thank you. It really painful start because, you know, it's midnight and I hate being awake at hours, and the flight was hard. So we got an Uber. Okay, so they don't have Uber in the Philippines. They have Grab. They have two things. They have Grab, and then they have... I don't think it's called this, but in my head, my first thought was... It's called Ride Me. I don't think that's the name of the app. Maki could fix it for Maki. I need a fact check. What is the name of the bike app? Joyride? Yes, that one. That's a much better term. I don't know. I blame GTA. I played GTA and all of the names are sexy, horny jokes and I only thought of those. I'm sorry. It's called Joyride. You can either take a Grab, which is cars, or you can take a Joyride, which is bikes. And I thought that looked really cool, that you could ride a bike, but also very scary. Because if you've ever seen driving in the Philippines, it's very scary. I would not want to drive in the Philippines. GTA Philippines would actually be a really fun concept and also very scary, but we don't live in that timeline, thankfully. I don't know if I have any video recordings of us going through traffic in Manila. Once you leave Manila, it's pretty okay from what I saw. I never did any driving, but in the city, no. Do not the drive. Please don't make that my legacy. Anyway, where are my photos? Here it is, photos. Okay. This is something I just randomly wanted to point out. Mainly, I want to point out something on this stream too. This is going to spoil some things from the vlog, but I think this stream more specifically, I'm going to talk more about like the cultural stuff that I noticed, like cultural differences I saw, and get into more specific details about things. For example, there was a lot of stuff that said that you can't have a face mask, no shielding, no like hiding yourself, no social distancing, which I thought was crazy. It's like, were they really that anti-COVID over there? Were they like anti-vax and all that stuff? I asked Maki. Apparently it's more of a safety thing now. Like they used to allow it, but now it's just too dangerous to let people do it because they might, you know, be like doing a holdup or something, which is kind of crazy. But also, I understood after being in Manila for a little bit. But just fun facts. I also... We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that in a sec later. This one. Oh, here's the view from my hotel. We had a very nice hotel. Can't you tell by the view? Don't you just... I could just feel the wind right now and all the sounds of the city. It was so nice. Typesetting... Oh, let me go back to the previous slide. Because Gretch said, typesetting on the side is confusing. I'd read that as no face mask, no ride. Ah. I see what you mean now. Yeah, it does kind of make it look like no face mask, no ride. Oh. Yeah. I didn't think about that at the time, but I think this is... The intended meaning is you can't use a face mask because dangerous. No curtains. There were curtains on our side. I don't know about this side. I just wanted to open it and show you guys the view. I think Maki also said this at the time, but it's like that one section in Silent Hill. If you remember in Silent Hill when we had to go in the apartments and you went from like the real apartments to the other world. I think our place was nicer than that, but I understand where he gets it. Also, here's another fun fact, cultural difference. Let me see if I can... here was the drink menu provided to us in our hotel. Cultural fun fact. Apparently, well, maybe that's just a normal thing for drinking and I don't know it. They just named these things. No, well, this is the alcohol menus. They did have water, but we didn't do, what's it called? Room service, which you could do. But I just think this is a very interesting way to phrase drink names. And that's not normal to me, but that might be because I don't drink. Anyway. Also, this reminds me, totally unrelated. We're going to see a lot of artistic nudity in this stream. I don't say that because it's like, you know, like nudity, like for the sake of like being like, you know, it is actually like artistic nudity. It's like statues and art. So just warning you in advance. I just noticed some things and I wanted to photograph them, and I just thought I should warn you in advance, because it's mainly at the museums. Yeah. Here's my breakfast. I am a well-adjusted adult, and I am very good at feeding myself and taking care of myself. I saw the opportunity to have a little bit of everything at this buffet. This is also not the entire meal. It did end up being a pretty big girl breakfast, though. I promise I eat better later, but this is how the trip started. My first official meal in the Philippines. I hope you liked it. There's pancake. Green pancake. I don't know why it's green. Don't ask me. Cucumber with a seasoning that I forgot. A peanut butter cookie. This peanut butter cookie was the best peanut butter cookie I've ever had, by the way. I don't know what they did to make it that good, but it was really good. Beef shumai or pork shumai? I forget. Bacon, rice that I ate, and a dumpling that was not very good, and water. I had water. It was really good. I love water. My favorite drink, by the way. So, Maki showed up. Maki, what was your first impression of me, by the way? I don't know if I can give my first impression. Unless you're okay with me mentioning it. I'm gonna get a drink. I don't actually know. I don't think I asked you what your first impression was. Can I say? Okay. When Maki and I were discussing heights, because we were talking about what we looked like in person, right? Because there's a little difference between like on screen versus in real life. He told me what his height was. I was like, that's not that big of a difference. And then I met him in person. And he is very fashionable. He is very good at dressing. And I'm not very good at dressing. I dressed like a tourist, as you would expect. He was very fashionable, and I felt very out of place. Actually, a lot of people dress very fashionable, and I felt very out of place. I'm not very good at fashion. I would like to fix this one day, but I've not fixed it yet, so, that's my impression. Also, I still feel like he's pretty much the same, though. I wouldn't say, like, there's a lot of difference between, like, on-screen Maki and off-screen Maki. I don't know if you would agree with me. Every time, though, he kept being like, are you having fun, liar? Are you having fun, liar? Are you having fun? Liar, are you having fun? Was I having fun, Maki? Sorry, I had to readjust. As Maki puts it, he's fashionable Filipino size. He's hashtag real, not fake. Seemed like she wasn't having fun. I will talk about why he maybe felt that way in a second. No, but it's actually secretly because I hate him. And I hate everything about the trip. And I hate him so much. And I'm never seeing him again. This is my call-out post. Wouldn't that be crazy if this ended with a Google Docie? Anyway. Next. Oh, this is this is Rizal Park, by the way. We mainly did historical sites for the first day, so we went to the park, which is near the American Embassy, I think. We didn't see the American Embassy, but that was nearby. Here's the back of the statue, as Maki has told me. Apparently this side looks better than the front, though, which I think is very funny. It's a very nice park. It's very big. There's like a Chinese park section, which is really nice. I really liked this side a lot. Wow. There's also a Japanese park, which I thought was funny. So you have the Chinese part, and then you have the Japanese part in the Filipino park. And then we went to the museum. It does not have this ordered correctly, but we went to the Natural Museum, and we went to the Anthropology Museum. And we couldn't go into the Fine Arts Museum because it was busy. There was a huge line for some reason. So I have pictures of animals. If you don't like animals being taxidermied, in particular frogs, you might want to look away for a second, and I'll tell you when you can look again. But there were a couple animals that were taxidermied that kind of made me uncomfortable, so just warning you in advance. Also, this is not an animal. This is a submarine. They had like a little submarine exhibit in there, and it would do the... What's it called? The sonar ping. But they would do the sonar ping really loud. Like they were actually trying to kill you. Because fun fact, if you're near a submarine and it does the sonar ping, you just die. You just explode. Don't be near a submarine when it does the ping, or else you will die. Does that mean fish die when they're near a submarine? And whales die? I don't want to think about that. Oh, wow. Mayberry mentioned. Oh, there's a frog. Oh, see, it was Demon Core. Oh, you mean the submarine? Actually, when I first saw this is me because I was on a Nier Automata brain. I was like, oh my gosh, it reminds me of... Oh, wait, it reminds me of two things, actually. I'm looking at it now. It reminds me of Repo, like the little Repo robots at this angle. And then my thought at the time was about Nier Automata, the robots. I don't know why. It's the big old eyes that get me, I guess. Something like that. They do, no matter what, it is demonic in that it will kill you. It does look like a goofy robot, yep. Oh my gosh, May Ray mentioned. I think it's a manta ray. I forget. What's the... Manta rays are the ones with the... with this kind of face shape? I'll forget. I know stingrays are like the flat ones. That's one? Okay, I know what manta rays look like. Welcome, if you're hopping in, welcome in, by the way. We are doing my photos of my Philippines trip, and this is of the museum. Oh, this annoyed me. If you've been to a museum before, you've probably seen these little, like, bubble things where it traps the sound so you can hear, like, the sound from the little video. Every single one I went to at the museums, they all never worked. And when they did work, they would, like, fade in and out. So you would take a step in, and then it would, like, say, like, the word. And then... How to... Like that. It did that for every single one. You couldn't understand a single thing it said. I was so mad. I wanted to learn. But they wouldn't let me. Anyway. I like knowledge, but it did not want me to have knowledge. It only wanted me to have my Lamborghini or whatever. I don't remember how that one goes. This is the frogs, by the way, so if you don't want to see taxidermied frogs, this is the warning one. They usually have a loudspeaker. Oh, yeah. I don't know why the speakers weren't working, because it's obviously a very well cared for museum. When you see the videos of it, it's very nice there. Maybe it just was a bad day. I don't know. It was very warm. Oh, it was so nice. I loved being in the temperature. Everyone around me is like, I hate it when it's hot. I want it to be cold, and I want to freeze and die in the cold and snow. I can't do that, though. I need it to be 70 degrees or I die. And it was so nice there. It was above 70 every day. Except for, like, the last one, I think it was, like, 65. And I was still happy. Oh, it looks so nice. If you were new here, I used to have frog theming, and my emotes are frog themed on the Twitch side. So I thought I should take photos of the frogs, but now looking at these, I just feel sad. So if you wanted to see frogs, here's your frog bit. They had a lot of taxidermied animals. I don't know why. I guess it's the best way to show them, but I went to the one in Boston when I was in Boston, and I think they only did, like, not taxidermied, but what is it called? Like plaster, not plaster. They looked real, but they weren't real. I liked those. But I also like zoos, so it is what it is. Yeah, please F to pay respects for the frogs. They are here so you can learn about science and knowledge. So thank you for your service, little frogs. 07. I also like this creature. I don't know what it is, but it made me laugh. There are also a lot of creepy taxidermy animals that I don't have photos of, mainly because my friends ended up in the shots for some of those photos, so there's not a lot of photos in the museum. Sorry. Ah, this boy. First, I will respond to a question. The Boston Museum of Science? Yes, I did go to the Boston Museum of Science. I think there's some photos of it in the vlog on my YouTube channel, if I remember correctly. But I went during a field trip. Funny you mentioned it. I went during a big field trip for, I guess, the entire school district of Boston, and all of the rooms were filled with children, so I couldn't learn anything, and they kept breaking the stuff around them. It's a nice museum. They had robots. This one did not have robots, though. This one was just animals, and it has this one, which is called Long, or Lon Long. The name is very on the nose, because it is the largest alligator crocodile in the world. I don't know which one it is. Maki, can I get a fact check? Is the Lolong the biggest alligator or the biggest crocodile? You're gonna have me do a lot of fact checks with Maki because he's my resident Filipino. I'm sorry. I'm not a Filipina, so I can't say for sure. Crocodile. Got it. Longa gate, yeah, longa crocodile, longa. It's Totodile. It's Totodile, guys. I can't speak English right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna drink water. I'm not. And before you make a joke like, oh, she's Filipino, she's getting into the Tagalog. Tagalog? What am I, a Girl Scout? That makes me think of Tagalongs. I did not pick up any Tagalog while I was there because Maki did all the talking for us, and I thought that was very funny. Please drink water. It's very good for you. I also need to put this over here so I can see, because I think some of my redeems will not show on that one. Okay. Sorry, I'm having technical issues. Okay. Photo. There's the Anthropology Museum. Look at how nice this is, by the way. This is very fancy. And this is right next to Rizal Park. The thing about, I think U.S. cities, for the most part, is sometimes the nice places will be next to each other, but what I've noticed is that it takes a while to get from one nice place to the other. This one, all the stuff was right next to each other. Everything was within walking distance, which is kind of funny to me considering Manila seems very car dependent. They did have a train, though. We did not ride the train. I don't think I would have been happy on the train, to be honest. But also, I don't think we would have had time to ride the train. I digress. Wow, look how pretty this is. Wow. They also had a traveling exhibit when we were there, I think, where it was about like sound and music in like materials. So there was a lot of like tubas and trumpets stuck in rocks when we went, which is very interesting. We got a nice tour. We learned a lot about burial practices and the ancient cultures of the Philippines, which is pretty neat. This is a recreation of a cave that some researchers found about the old ancient like civilizations and how they did like burial ceremonies. So one thing they did, which is kind of neat, is for this one, for example, this is the remains of several different people in one jar. You can tell because it has a little cross on it. Whenever someone is buried by themselves, instead of being buried in a group, they'll have their own head sort of like made into the gravestone and like their body. So you can see like the female ones look like they have female parts, and then the male ones are more flat, which is I kind of liked it. It was kind of neat. They also did like a 2-part preservation process to bodies, which I thought was kind of neat. I think this is the only one no, they did this in Egypt, actually. Just kidding. They'll actually bury you in the fetal position in these jars. So the idea is if you're born coming out in the fetal position, you should die going out the same way. So that's how they buried everyone at the time. And then when all of your body parts like disintegrated, they would move your parts into another jar, like your bones, Really neat. I thought that was cool. Where's my next slide? Next! We also got to see some old armor and fashion from the different tribes, because there's actually 3 major ethnic groups, I think, in the Philippines. Fact check me if I'm wrong. But we got to see like their different like styles of things. I just really liked the shield because I thought it was funny. He's showing his booty. I thought that was very good humor. I thought there was a lot of humor in the old culture, which I thought was very sweet. It makes sense. Here's where I mentioned the artistic nudity. There's a lot of... How do I put this? A lot of the male statues were very excited for some reason. And I'm not sure why that is. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know why they decided to do it like that. I've not seen other cultures do this, but maybe I'm just not really... I haven't been paying attention beforehand. It's just something I noticed while I was there. There's also... I noticed something else about the statues. They all do a certain pose. If they're either standing... Oh. They're either standing like this, or they're sitting in a specific pose, and it's like they're ulting. Oh, hi, Tabby. Oh, that's awkward that you... Wow, I can't believe you're here for the artistic nudity. Wow, oh. Hi, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing good. I'm sorry that was the slide you came in on. I'm gonna die. I hope you're good. It's good to see you. I'm looking at photos from the Museum of Anthropology in the Philippines. Yeah. Oh, yeah, she is here for the art. You're right. There is a lot of really cool art that I saw while I was there. I did enjoy it. You've been here the whole... Oh, for a bit? Oh, okay. Well, then you heard some of the bits. I did like this one, too. We were looking at basket weaving, and it's like, oh, that's just the Pokemon label. They invented Pokemon in the Philippines. Did you know that? You can tell because they have it right here. Mom got a little too excited? Maybe that isn't. Maybe they were just, like, having a great session of... working together and making art, and I should stop thinking about that. Anyway, Pokemon next. Oh, I kept this one because Maki and Typo really liked this one for some reason. It was like a 2-sided coin or something. I don't know. They said it was demonic. It wasn't actually demonic, but that's what Maki and Typo kept talking about. So on this side you had the saint, I believe, and then on this side you had the star, or the... I don't think it's called a pentagram when it's just like a 5-pointed star. I forget. I also do now realize the... Not irony, but like the funny coincidence of me having a Pokemon... Why does it keep going back? Oh, I think I know what's happening. Pause! Rewind! Play. Okay. Pokemon is having its next game in the Philippines, in Southeast Asia. Fun fact. It's either Indonesia or the Philippines. I don't know. Or maybe it's just like a mishmash. I did think it was very funny, though. Anyway, that's my bit. They also had boat. I like this boat. I like boats. Did you know I like boats? I used to be on a boat. Now I'm no longer on a boat, though. It changed. Life changed me. Oh, here's the food check. For our first meal, we went to this place near a big church. I could not tell you the name of the church, but the idea for this restaurant is all of the meals, like all the different like dishes and stuff, they had an associated saint. So like one meal was like the saint of Augustine, blah, 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 blah. And the other one was like Leonardo, blah, 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 blah. Like each one had a saint attached. It was really cool. But also very hard to read because every single page was filled up with the name of the saints, and there'd be like 5 food items and then the whole like description of the saint. And there was a lot of different food items. I thought the fries were okay. Not American. I thought the pasta, it's shrimp pasta with, I forget the sauce. I thought this pasta was okay. I thought there was not enough sauce or seasoning. If I was a meal, what would I be if I was a meal? See, I can't be asked these questions because I'm really bad about perceiving and understanding who I am as a person. So trying to abstract myself into a food item would be very difficult. So usually I just ask other people. I was told I'm very river-like today. I'm very river-coded, which I thought was very sweet. And then they were actually sweet about it. And I was like, I can't handle this. I need you to be funny. So I think I would be a Sour Patch Kid. I think it's hard to like me, and then you like me. And then you hate me again, because you eat too much of me, and then you get sick of me. With a fork? Oh, do you mean the fries with the fork? I think they were just there, or maybe it's like a cultural thing that they just eat fries with a fork. Or maybe it's because we had multiple people. You could use the fork to, like, not get each other's germs? I don't know. You would keep eating till you got sick? Well, then you would actually get physically sick, and that's bad. I wouldn't want that. Strawberry? I do like a strawberry. Ooh, I have strawberries. Fun fact, I went to the grocery store. My fridge is so full. It has never been this full before, and there are strawberries in there, and I have forgotten to cut them for the past 2 days, which means that surely they are going to be ruined by now. Look forward to that, future me. Oh, the other fun thing about this cafe. Drumroll, kind of. They had cake. This is a bakery, mainly. I'm sure someone could probably look up this place if you look up, like, Philippines Saint Restaurant Bakery, Manila. But they had a lot of different cakes. We only picked 2 out of the available options. The chocolate one was really, really good. I like this one. I think I ordered this one. And then a friend ordered the ube cake. Sorry, I didn't get a photo of it before it got cut. Apparently, ube is a really big thing in the Philippines right now. Every place we went had a ube dish of some kind, whether it was like... It was mainly desserts. It was like different ube desserts. I have to make a confession, though. I don't like ube. Every ube dish I had while I was there, except for like pandesal, which I did not get a photo of, I did not like. It was not good. I'm sorry. I'm glad everyone who likes ube likes it. I can give more of my ube to you. Is this what activates the Pinoy? Is the ube? It looked very pretty. It's very nice to look at. I think both of these look very nice and yummy. But the actual flavor... This one was good. This one was not good. You don't deserve ube? You know what? That's okay. I don't need to deserve ube. You can deserve ube. I will deserve my chocolate. I love chocolate. Thank you. I will have more of my chocolate and you can have your ube. No re-entry to Philippines. I am legally required to go back to the Philippines in 2 years, but I will talk about that, I think, probably later or a different time. Unfortunately, I will have to go back, so I do have to go that 15-hour flight again. Wish me luck. I'm not actually legally required, but I am legally required. You know how it is. This is the church that we were nearby. They were having a wedding while we were, like, there. And there was a whole crowd outside the church. I'm pretty sure everyone that was like outside was not a member of the party. They just really wanted to see it. They were treating it like a celebrity wedding. I don't know why. But it was cool. Like, it's a very big church. It's very nice. I think it's like a destination kind of wedding, maybe? But there was everyone out there. People were selling things, and there was like a limo, and it was a very limited space, so you couldn't really have the limo there. It was very fancy. Lots of pretty stuff. The buildings are very nice in this district. I think it's called Intramuros. Love the pointer. Thank you. I'm going to cover this guy's face because I feel bad about him being in my photo. Next. This is the outside. And then we went to this old-time home. So this is supposed to be the home of, like, rich people in the Philippines in, like, the 1800s, I think. I also will probably pause the photos for a little bit while the ad break is happening. If you don't know, on Twitch, we have to have an ad break every 3 minutes. 3-minute ad break every hour. I like to make sure nothing happens while we're doing the ad break because I don't think that's fair to anyone who's stuck with ads. If you are subscribed, you won't have to deal with ads and you get to listen to me yap for 3 minutes. But if not, this is a good time to get some water and stretch and do all that good stuff. Or if you're on YouTube, I don't know how ads on YouTube work. I don't control them. I don't have YouTube partner, and I think you control ads if you have a YouTube partner. So if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. You're helping me one day get the ability to control ads, which I like. I would make it so my ads are very nice and kind to you. So like and subscribe or something. That's what the YouTubers are saying, right? YouTube just does YouTube stuff. I think some YouTube features do allow you to do ads, because I know on videos you can set when ads happen if it's like after a certain time. On live streams, I don't know if you control it as much, but I know I watched a stream where a person set ads to happen when they walked away, which I thought was really smart. Like on the stream, if you like the stream on YouTube, does it give you a plane? Is that how that works? I know that the YouTube likes are different depending on like different themes. Is it different if you're on the travel section? Aww. That's very nice. Okay, wait. Let me set this up. Did the ad start? Where's the ad? It just says ad starting soon. Why won't it let you start the ad? There we go. Thank you for your patience while we deal with that. Wait, sorry, I just got pinged about something. Let's see. So, just for context on this one, there's like a pass you can do in Intramuros where you can go to like 7 locations for a set price. We did not do all 7 locations because my feet were hurting. It hurt a lot. My toesies were not happy by the end. I may not have been wearing good shoes for it though. I don't know. We'll see, I guess, in the future. But I'm not really good about buying good shoes for walking despite me being a wanderer. Oh! Thank you for the sub, Garbanzo. Ad break be gone. Oh, thank you for the Twitch Prime specifically. 15 months, wowie. Usually I would do a bit about Twitch Prime, but not today. I'm really tired. So this one was specifically, I don't know if this was a certain famous person's house, but it's still the same as it was when it was like made however long ago. And I got yelled at for walking in places I'm not supposed to, which I thought was really funny because I definitely saw other people walking in the places that I was yelled at for, but they didn't get yelled at, and the person was staring at them. So take of that what you will, I guess. Don't know what that's about. I'm gonna sip my water. None of my business. Yeah, that's actually why I have to go back to the Philippines, is because I broke the law by stepping on wood instead of carpet. So now I have to go back in 2 years for my trial. Oh wait, 1 second. I'm gonna sneeze. Do I need a lawyer? Asked Chomp Bob. No, but I appreciate you asking. I didn't know you were legally trained like that. This is a total side note, but I think role-playing as a lawyer is very, very stressful, and I don't know how people can do it. It's kind of scary. Because you have to actually, like, know things and be able to logic things out. And, like, I'm pretty good at logicking things, but I've never played Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I don't know how that works. Guard couldn't take their eyes off you. Are you projecting? What does that mean? Anyway, welcome back from ads. Yeah, welcome back from ads. We waited the whole time just for you. I hope you had fun in your ad break. Did you watch any fun ads, or did you drink water and be good? Anyway. Here's different POVs. I know English. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry if you were expecting me to be articulate and funny and interesting today. I don't know how to speak English. I don't know how to speak Tagalog or any other language, though, so keep that in mind. I don't think I even speak baby. Maybe I do go back into this, like, southern affect. I think it really does help me speak better than I actually do. I ain't rightly sure. My girlfriend's a law student. I run a campaign for her. It's a lot more stressful than receiving. Yes, because people who are smart are intimidating and scary. And I love smart and intimidating. I mean, I like smart and confident people who are really good at stuff, but they intimidate me. So I get scared. Why is my southern so good? See, it's funny you say that because my family hates when I do this. They think it's very insulting. But I don't know. I just think it's easier to talk like this sometimes. It's just easier to enunciate. Even though it's not what I should be saying. Hey. Anyway, here's the one thing I also noticed. You'll notice a lot of people are posing in this photo. There's people down here. They're very cute. I like this one a lot. I didn't mean to catch them like this, but they're very cute. You'd also see this baddie up here doing a pose too. In the Philippines, everybody is posing. Everybody is doing their funny little poses for their Instagrams and their what are other their Snapchats or their Twitter or their Facebook. Facebook is very popular in the Philippines. Did you know that? I don't know why. I don't really get it, but I think everywhere outside of America they still use Facebook. Well, maybe not Europe, because I think Facebook is banned in Europe. I forget. But anyway, everyone is taking a photo in the Philippines. If you are not taking a photo, you are in the way of a photo. That is what I learned on my trip. Which is not good when you're trying to not be in everyone's photos. Here's the inside. I thought this was very pretty. They also did not have a mattress. I don't know if that's because they didn't have a mattress in real life, but it seems very uncomfortable. But it's very pretty. They also had a little, like, mini shrine in there, which I thought was really cute, but I can't show you because it reflected everything. Another view of the courtyard. I really like this view. This is the kind of view I want to wake up to one day, but only Europeans get it, and it makes me mad. They don't know how nice they got it. This is the church tree. There was a museum right here, but it was full from the wedding party, so we couldn't go in. Curse people getting married. Imagine being happy and getting to marry the love of your life. Anyway, I'm very happy for them, but we couldn't go to that one, so we went to a random road. Why is it dark? Oh, it went back to the beginning for some reason. 1 second while I fix that. We're gonna have to go through all 50 photos we've gone through. Also, there's about 164 photos, so I might go a little bit faster. Oopsie! Sorry, I just like talking to you guys, and I know it's been a while since we talked, so thanks for being here, I guess. It's, you know, nice to see you and everything. I hope you guys enjoy me yapping about whatever I've been doing this entire time. Hopefully, next time I go on a trip, I'll be a bit more organized. I feel like I probably will say that, and then I'll be the exact same amount of organized. Wow, look at all these photos that we just looked at. We're still on the first day of the trip, by the way. I promise there's less photos on different days because I was not able to take photos, and some of the days were us traveling, so I couldn't really take photos. Sorry. Here we go. Oh, it's a church. Wow. That sure is a church. Oh, this is the part where we went to... I forget the name of this place. But, okay, for context, Rizal Park is named after a guy that's not named Eggy, but Eggy is here. Hi, Raiders! Welcome in! It's so good to see you. I am Liar, your second-rate hero, #1 wandering VTuber, and I am talking about my trip to the Philippines. As a wandering VTuber, I like to travel from place to place, and I just recently went on a trip to Manila, Philippines, and a couple other places I haven't gotten to yet. You are making a pretty good time to join in. We are still in the middle of talking about my Manila trip, but that's not the only place I went to. Is it just called VTOL? I watched a little bit of the VR earlier. I hope you had fun. Did you hit your targets? I think you were hitting targets. I don't know. I just saw you were in the helicopter. Oh, I hope you are not motion sick from the VR. Make sure to take care of yourself and get water and stretch. Got kind of motion sick. Yeah, I get it. I hope you are doing well. Take care of yourself, please. Do not get sick. Get some water. Does water help if you're motion sick? I don't know. Got a headache? I know that feeling. Good luck, brother. I love having a headache. Also, on the YouTube side, hi, Tony. I know you said you don't understand. Thank you for being here. Obrigado. Water. Oh, water's always good. I'll get right back into showing off my photos, but I hope you enjoy. And you might learn something about the Philippines. If you want to go, it's pretty nice. But if you're in America or Canada or anything on the Western Hemisphere, be prepared for a 15-hour flight. Ow. Ow. Water and cold air. Cold air does sound kind of nice right now. I am sitting under a blankie, but I am kind of overheated. But I don't want to get out from underneath my blankie. Ah, right. So we were talking about Rizal. And Rizal is a guy... I can't really quite explain entirely what he does. He's a writer. He wrote a book. He traveled a lot. He made a lot of women fall in love with him. Maki literally called him the Rizzler. I guess it was accurate because apparently a lot of women did fall in love with him. And then the government said his Riz was too good, so then they shot him. That's a true story. Mostly. So just know, if you have too much Riz in the Philippines, they will shoot you. I can relate. Oh, I'm glad for you. Do you just have too much Riz? So this guy, I think the real reason he got shot is he wrote a book describing his experience with the Philippines government at the time. And the government didn't like that. So then they're like, okay, we gotta kill this guy. I think the resident Filipino could probably give a better, explanation. If you want to give that story, you can. If you want to, hop in VC really quickly, Maki, if you are here and you want to. It's okay if you don't want to, though. But that's the basic idea. And then because he got shot, he became a martyr and everyone fell in love with him. That's just generally how it went. And then they put him in a chamber like this. They tied him up. I need to zoom in this photo. This is literally how they kept him. He was kept in a jail cell for a bunch of days, and then they're like, yeah, we're gonna shoot you because you said that the government sucks. And then they let him out here like this. Where's this photo? There it is. They did this to him. They put him out here in the sun, and they made him stand here for hours. Like this. Exactly like this. This is exactly what he looked like on the day he got shot. And then they walked him out, and then they took him to the park, and then they shot him. Also, apparently this was the colonial rule of Spain, so this is Spain's fault. Spain made a martyr out of rizzing. Fun fact, Riz comes from his name. Did you know that? That's definitely 100% true and real, and I didn't make that up just now. They also had a couple other statues of him in different places. Like, they had his jail cell where he was kept, and it showed him, writing his, final note or whatever. Spain made a martyr, yeah, that tracks. I just thought it was very funny. Also, here's some art he did. He was a real Renaissance man from what I can tell. He did art. He did architecture design, I think. I don't know if he actually did architecture, but he drew stuff. He drew art. He probably sang. He went to Germany, which I thought was really funny. He knew a ton of languages. Women loved him. He was a political figure. He just did everything. And then he got killed for doing it all. Also, this is one of the buildings. Oh, that's not what I wanted. This is the 7th Cathedral of Manila. They had a little Lego section where they show the different Lego buildings of very famous places around town. I thought this was neat. Splain hated him. I think Splain probably hated him too, and not just Spain. He's a doctor. Oh, he was also a doctor. Sorry. Forgot he did literally everything. Also, he was Jesus Christ, by the way. He cured the blind and the disease. Can a man chill? Yeah, that's why they hate him. He's a doctor. You can't be educated around here. So, because I am educated, I could not stay. There was one thing I also did, which I did not take photos of, but I will mention. I laugh, but it's a very serious thing. We went to, it was basically a prison, and it's where they tortured a lot of people. Like, it was actually, like, really, really bad. And there's a lot of signage outside, like, please don't take photos. This is a sacred space. It's a very spiritual space. Don't do anything. It's very, like, dark and dim down there because it's actually, like, really tight spaces. And there are still people taking photos. Everywhere you go in the Philippines, people are taking photos, even when they tell you not to. It's crazy. But it was kind of a... it was nice that they had a memorial to the people there like that. I did like that. So we were running out of time. Yeah, it was during the World War II invasion, specifically. Yeah, not Rizzler time. Thank goodness it was not during Rizzler time, because I feel like that'd be a hard sentence to explain. We were running out of time, though, so we ended up going to the SM Mall of Asia. Maki told me that it was the largest mall in Asia when we were there. He lied to me, though. It's the second largest. The largest one's in Malaysia. It's also the 6th largest, so it was still pretty big. I think they also had one of the largest, if not the largest, IKEA. We did not go through the full IKEA. Yeah. I was trying to remember what photo came up next. So we had Dim Tai. I think there's a photo of the little guy. No, there's not a photo of the little guy. Maki, fact check me. We had dim sum. We had a lot of dim sum. This was the shrimp. It was pretty good. They had pork, or not pork. We had beef. It was this one. It was pretty good. Din Tai Fung, thank you. I think I posted that photo on Twitter, and May, like, in the replies was screaming about it, and I thought that was really funny. I'd never heard of this place before. I like the little mascot, though. He's very cute. I took a photo next to him, but you'll see that in the video. This is the other part where... Okay. Cultural sidebar. Hello, my dear Americans. Hello, my dear Canadians. Hello, my dear Westerners. If you go to the Philippines, this is very important for you to know. There are 2 very important things you need to know. 1, when you go to the toilet in the Philippines, you can use the toilet paper just fine. However, when you go to dispose of your toilet paper, you do not dispose it in the toilet. You dispose it in the trash can. Because of the sewage system in the Philippines, you cannot put your toilet paper in the toilet, which is very different from what you do in America. If you are from a country where you do think this is normal, it's not like this in the Western Hemisphere. You can actually just put your used toilet paper in the toilet. It flushes just fine. You still can't use other things in the toilet. You can only put toilet paper in the toilet. But that's very different. The other thing is not all toilets have toilet paper. So you might think, well, that's fine. You can use the bidet. Because there are bidets attached to the toilets for the most part that I saw. They were like a hose bidet. It's not like the Japanese bidet where it sprays your butt. Not like that. It's a handheld butt spray. In some toilets, you actually have to bring your toilet paper with you. I'm telling you this now so that if you ever go, you are not unprepared. It's very important to be prepared when it comes to the toilet. Fun facts with Liar. Sorry, I know that's crazy to, like, mention that while I'm looking at food. That seems very strange, but that's just, it just triggered a memory, that's all. But the food was yummy. Hi, Nyar. Don't mind me having toilet talk. So we went into the biggest IKEA after food time. But my feet were low-key hurting, so we did not spend a lot of time here. But I took this photo because it's for my sister, because this is an entirely Taylor Swift room. And she's a big Taylor Swift fan, and I still have not showed her this photo, but I thought it was funny that I went to the Philippines and I saw Taylor Swift. At least not a snake living in the toilet. Yeah, that would be kind of scary. That's kind of why... Sorry, we're on toilet talk again. I'm fine with a bidet. I don't like some bidets though, where like it involves human interaction and positioning, because I don't trust people to not be weird about the bidet and put it way too close to their personal parts. I even mentioned this to Maki, and he said that it is a problem some places. So I felt very justified in that moment. But bidets do scare me a little bit. This is because I'm not used to bidets, but they scare me. Thank you for coming to my toilet talk. Aren't you so glad you're here? Thank you for raiding in if you're a part of the raid. Oh, when I say human interaction, I mean like, because the bidets they had were the hose style, so you had to like take it out from the little like holster thing on the side, and then you moved it to where you needed it to go. That's what I mean by human interaction. Like, it involves you needing to position it properly, so you like spray the right part. It's not like a Japanese bidet or like a more automatic bidet where you press a button and it sprays exactly where it needs to. That's what I mean. Sorry, there is not someone in the toilet with you spraying your butt. That would be crazy. I would be deeply uncomfortable. That is not what they do in the Philippines. But unfortunately, you have reminded me of another thing. Sorry, you guys keep like triggering memories. Okay. There's this thing in the Philippines. There's attendants everywhere. There's not an attendant in the toilet. There are attendants at every store. There's a guard at every store. Every store you go to that's not like a convenience store or like a very basic store, there's someone who opens the door for you. And like when you're trying to leave, they open the door for you there. Everywhere. And they all hold guns. Like, they are open carry. Especially when we get to BGC. Every store I went to, there was someone opening the door and like checking in. It's like, hi. Well, they didn't really say hi, but like they're watching us. And I was like, I hate this. I've talked about hating being perceived. I did not enjoy that. It's definitely probably considered polite to open the door like that, but like them just like watching me in the store, and then some of them having like a shotgun equivalent, and like these guns were not tiny. They were not pistols. They were like shotgun length guns. I was scared a little bit. I've never seen that many guns in America. It was crazy. So if you don't like guns, don't go to the Philippines. I do understand where it probably comes from, like historically, but it was still like very intimidating. Food check. I think this is day 2 actually. Speaking of day 2, this is the tea I had. Fun fact: tea there is not, or iced tea is not iced tea in the way we think of iced tea. It's more like a juice with tea in it. Mainly, if you think of like an Arnold Palmer, I think that's more what the teas are like in the Philippines compared to Canadian America. I did not get to have tea while I was there. Or at least not the tea I wanted. Here's my... I think this was our lunch. It was either breakfast or lunch. I forget. I had noodles and bread. I don't know why the bread was there. It was pretty okay. This was from our hotel. It was not the best, but that's okay. It's like that when I visited Mexico. Yeah, I understand that for Mexico too. Carbs on carbs. I needed the carbs. We were walking. Oh. Cultural sidebar. There was a lot of these kinds of hotels in Manila. That's all I'm going to say on that. We also passed... We did go to Chinatown, by the way, when it was the first day. I was not going to take any photos because it was very, very crowded. And then Maki took us to the shady part of town. He's like, you gotta stay close. You gotta be right by me. So, I did not take any photos of Chinatown, but it was very, very pretty, and I really liked Chinatown. Sorry, no photos for you guys. I was trying to stay alive. Cultural sidebar, again. So this is a jeepy. Jeepies are basically buses that are privately owned that people just drive around and set routes. It's only like 10 pesos to get on one from what I remember. And we never rode one, but they're really, really cool. I think they look really cute. We never rode one, mainly because, one, I'm scared of the Manila traffic, and two, When you get in one, it's kind of packed like sardines. There's no real room to sit. You just kind of cram in next to each other. Oh, also 3, there's no safety. So if you get in an accident, you're all going flying. Even this door is like open. I think in the video for the vlog, I have one guy who's just standing out the back. Yeah, like it's very cute. I like the idea of it. Execution, I could not handle. I could not do it. But I like the idea. If I was with my friends, it was just me and my friends in there, and there's only like 5 of us, I would probably like it. I would not like being packed next to 20 different strangers, though. There's a lot of these guys in the Manila. Oh, this one, I could not remember why I took this photo at first, and then I saw him. I think I mentioned this in the vlog. There's a lot of animals. You're not gonna see all the animals I saw on the trip until the vlog. But I just want you to know there's a lot of dogs and cats I saw. Mainly cats. They were really cute cats. I did think it was crazy that his dog was just out like this, though. I don't know how you train your dog to do that, but I was very proud of the dog, and I was very scared. It's funny you mentioned Power Rangers for the Jeep. Cultural sidebar. This will be made more obvious in the vlog. There's no idea of copyright infringement in the Philippines. Like, legally, it's there. Very much so. Like, copyright is still a thing, regardless of country. But you don't tell the Philippines that. They don't know. I saw a lot of media where it should not have been. Next. Oh, speaking of animals. Look how polite this one was. Oh my gosh. Sorry, my face is really itchy for some reason. Maybe I'm thinking of the cats and dogs. We went to the BGC for the second day. Maki could not come with us because he was finishing up commissions. So we had another friend of me and Typos who was actually staying in Manila at the time. So we were able to go out and see them. And they took us to BGC. And the BGC is basically downtown of any other major American city. It's where the rich people are. So imagine like putting all the rich people in one corner of a map and then letting them do whatever. That's what the BGC was like. It was low-key kind of dystopian, in my honest opinion. It's like very nice there. But going from the BGC to like Intramuros, for example, very different. And also, speaking of going back to the GPs, apparently GPs are not allowed in BGC because they're seen as too poor, is what we were told. So take that as you will, as I drink my little water. Oh yeah. Note for travelers. If you are coming from Canadian America, and you require money because the Philippines is very cash heavy, get your money ahead of time. Part of this day was us just trying to find an ATM to let us take out cash because we needed cash outside of Manila. Every ATM we went to did not accept our money. It did not accept our card. We could not get out any money. I had to borrow money from Maki, and it was very sad and embarrassing for me. So please get money ahead of time. It's probably likely that you're going to have a really good rate. I think there's also some exchange places at the airport, and I think there was 1 or 2 that I saw that like were open to like foreigners, but I never actually went to those. So get your money in advance. So we did gacha. Totally unrelated to that. We did gacha. I saw there's a lot of Hololive, so I took a photo of the Hololive. There's a lot of JB gacha. We specifically went to... It was a Japanese mall, but I can't remember the name of it. It was like specifically run by a Japanese company. That's why I say it's like a Japanese mall. Yeah, they did have Hololive. Hello, Hololive enjoyers. I did pull at a Hololive thing. I got something, but that's a surprise for someone else in the future, so I can't show you guys what it looked like. But I did pull in Hololive. There was a lot of anime, a lot of like generic stuff too. There's also a Little Nightmares one. I took a photo, but it did not turn out well, so I don't have the Little Nightmares one, but I thought that was funny. They're the Hololive fans. Oh my gosh, yeah, I got to see John Hololive. Oh, my camera. Whoa, that's not supposed to happen. Wait a minute. There we go. So if you like Hololive, you can go to the Philippines and you can find Hololive gotchas. Don't go to Japan, which is much shorter of a distance. Go to the Philippines. And then... Oh, speaking of Hololive. Hey, Hololive fans, come back. I don't have keys, but Hololive, Hololive, Hololive. They had Hololive cards in this one section. You can see them right down here. Very fancy. They also had this really cool set of Pokemon playing cards. I forget exactly how many. I don't know if they had the full set, but I don't know where this card set even came from, but it was really cool. I really like these cards. I would have liked to buy them, but, you know, they were expensive. And you can only buy individual cards instead of a full pack, which I thought was strange. So here's for the card enjoyers. Oh, do we have a Zubat fan? Oh my gosh, can you see your favorite Pokemon here? Let me know. My favorite Pokemon is not here because no one loves my favorite Pokemon except me. That's not true. I know there are other fans of the Solosis line, but they're not popular enough, I guess, for cards. And that makes me sad. Anyway. They had my son! They had my baby boy. If you don't know, this is a manga called The Elusive Samurai. I think that's the English name. I really love the series. If you were looking for a show, it's getting its second season soon. It's really, 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 really good. I really highly recommend it. I did not see this advertised much when I was in America, but I saw a lot of advertising for this when I was in Japan. So it's popular in Japan as far as I'm aware, but not in the US. So please, 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 please watch this. That's my note. They also had a lot of Japanese books. If you've been here, you know I'm really attached to melon soda. I'm still on the hunt for the best melon soda after trying it in Fujinomiya in Japan 2 years ago. Or 1 year ago. Oh, it was like 2.5 years ago or something. I forget. Did this pass the melon soda test? This was a Japanese mall. It looks the right color. It did not pass. It was not good enough, I'm sorry to say. It looks very pretty. It's very nice. Unfortunately, I still am... I think maybe it's because it needed the ice cream. I think what most of the melon sodas I've had, what they're missing is the ice cream on top. Because it was a float I think I had in Japan, not the Philippines. This is just whipped cream. It's okay. It didn't give me heart palpitations, though, which last time I tried to have a melon soda, it gave me heart palpitations. So we're making good progress. But we're not there yet. My hunt for melon soda continues. Thank you for being on this ride with me. And then... It didn't kill me. That's true. It did not kill me. That's pretty good progress. Oh, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Whatever. I'm just gonna go to the next one. That one doesn't want to be shown, obviously. Yeah, it was very cool art. It did not want to be shown for too long, though, so that's all you get. I'm gonna lock this in. I'm tired of it locking in. Okay. When we went to the mall, there was a Jollibee. This is my first time ever seeing a Jollibee. We did not eat at the Jollibee. I've been in the Philippines for 2 days at this point, and I've not had Jollibee. He keeps staring here at me, mocking me. But I promise we will have Jollibee, and I have photos of that, so don't worry. What's right next to him, though? You know a guy who I haven't seen in forever? Like, forever, ever? Ronald McDonald. When was the last time... If you're a Canadian American, please sound off. When was the last time you saw Ronald McDonald's face? Let alone a statue of him. When was the last time you saw McDonald's branding include Ronald McDonald? I could say I have not seen him in forever. Mid-2000s sounds about right to me, too. They gave up on this man. He moved to the Philippines. It has been that long. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I know why they stopped showing him, because it's not like modern branding or whatever, and mascot branding was like dying, so they got rid of him. But I miss him. I hope he's doing well. I mean, he looks well here. He seems happy. Maybe he's happier in the Philippines. That could be how it is. 2010 is when they started the creepy Happy Meal mascot. There was a Happy Meal mascot? They killed him off and replaced him with anime? That's true. Oh yeah, you're right. Anime takes the worst out of us. It takes the best of us, too. I think I vaguely remember the Happy Meal mascot, but I think maybe I also forgot about him. Oh, right, the benches, too. I miss Ronald. It was good to see him. Let's see. Could have put him in a mixed suit. I don't know why that took me out. Seeing Ronald McDonald in a suit would probably scare me. That would feel wrong. I like this outfit for him. This feels nice. He seems friendly and welcoming here. I think a suit would feel too corporate. I think he would have changed. Oh, and then more Pokemon. I heard you guys like Pokemon, so I got Pokemon for your Pokemon. This was a trading card store, I think, but I don't do trading cards and Pokemon as much, so this was more for my friends. McDonald's had a kids show. Do I remember a kids show? I think maybe I saw it like in passing, but I don't think I was something I saw. I don't remember. That's how he looks since I was born. Yeah, they haven't changed. I mean, let me go back. Ronald hasn't really changed an image as far as I can tell. Like, I don't remember him ever looking different per se. But there's a certain point in America. Sorry, I gotta go back into Southern time. There's a certain point in American marketing where they start not showing Ronald anymore, and they just kind of like slowly stop showing him and all of his friends, because he has friends too. If you remember the Grimace Shake, he's one of the friends. There's also the Hamburglar. Some other ones I forgot about. But Ronald just kind of disappeared for some reason, mainly because marketing probably thought he wasn't very appealing to the general public. Literally a Happy Meal with arms and legs and a face. I think that's just... I understand maybe why they got rid of Ronald. Especially because at a certain point... I remember there was like a whole thing about clowns being scary. I don't know. I miss him. Glad to see him. We also... While we were BGC, we went to this specific place called High Street. High Street is like a fancy little walkable mall. A very pretty place. I saw the devil there. It was kind of scary. He was just standing there. I don't know what all that's about, though. Clown fear is probably one of the reasons. I think that's also it. I think he was the progenitor for a lot of people's fear of clowns, maybe. And so they were like, we gotta get rid of him. Unfortunately. The McDonald's McManga was honestly fun to read. Is there a McDonald's McManga? Can I see this McDonald's McManga? I don't know if you're in the Discord, but can you share that with the class? That's kind of crazy. I don't know where y'all heard about that. Whoa. Oh my gosh, and what is that? Why does that say T-Rex? Why was there a T-Rex in the Philippines? I also think it's very funny because there's a very prominent Filipino VTuber that's dinosaur themed. I thought this was real funny. That's mainly the real reason I took it. It's real? There's a McManga? I want to see the McDonald's McManga. They did one as Japan-USA relations. Oh my gosh. Oh, they should have shared it with the class in America. We would have liked it. Oh, sorry, my nose was acting up a little bit. 1 second. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. My throat is acting real phlegmy for some reason. I think it's not used to talking this much. Oh, and I did the thing I hate doing. No! I hate when you guys can hear me sniff. Now you guys are gonna be weird about it. Ugh! Edit that out. Quat says, pie is $2.50 in Jamaica, $3 in the Bahamas. These are the pie rates of the Caribbean. How much are they in the Philippines? Quick maths. Do you want me to be weird about it? No. But I know some people will be, so I gotta get ahead of the crowd. Alright. Okay, today, I'm locked back in. After 2 days in Manila, we said, okay, we're done with the city. We're going to be country folk now. We're going to the beach. So we went to La Union. We took a full day to get to La Union. It's only about 4 to 5 hours to get to La Union from Manila. But we took longer. And you want to know why? Well, first we saw the sign, and I thought this was real funny. There's actually 3 levels of wordplay here. Apparently, bagok means chicken, I think. In Tagalog, I forget. But also, you can call someone a bagok, and that makes them sound like they're an idiot. But also, bagok sounds like the sound a chicken makes. It means rotten egg, sorry. So there's like 3 different levels of wordplay here. But also, when I asked Maki if that's the sound chickens make, he said that's not the case. So that joke only makes sense to people who hear chickens a certain way. I just thought that was real funny. I like this photo. It's mainly for me. I just wanted to point that out because I like silly things. And if you're curious, if you were a Canadian American, you want to see what McDonald's is like in the Manila, Philippines. Here's the meals you can get in Manila, Philippines. I didn't try the McDonald's meals. I'm sorry. I can't tell you if they were good or not. I just know that they were there. I kind of think it'd be funny to try McDonald's in different countries. I just never did it there. But here's the real meal you guys care about. What's that? Is that the Jollibee's logo? Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Also, Maki just messaged me about side mirrors. Don't worry, I meticulously went through every photo earlier. Teehee. So if you thought you saw something, no you didn't. Anyway, here's our order for the Philippines Jollibee. We have fries, chicken sandwich. I don't know what this is because Maki did the ordering. Maki, what is this? A mango pie. I can say with pretty clear certainty that it's not spaghetti, but it is noodles. What can I say with absolute certainty? My absolute certainty is it was pretty okay. Pretty good. It was kind of like KFC levels for the chicken. The chicken isn't pictured here, but we had chicken. Unfortunately, I had bone in mine, but it was pretty good. The real standout, though, the mango pie that they have here is really, really good. I'm not really a mango girl. It's fine, like most of the time. This was really good. We brought it with us, and then we like had leftovers, and we still ate it later because it was that good. I tried to mute myself, and then I muted Discord instead of muting on OBS. That was kind of funny. Anyway. Maki has said that this noodle dish is called palabok. I'll just say it with a southern accent. Palabok, P-A-L-A-B-O-K. It was okay. I didn't hate it like Maki does. I thought it was okay. It was not my favorite, though. But there's my Jollibee review. If you're going to Jollibee, get the pie. I don't really care about anything else. There's the chicken I had, and gravy. That's pretty okay. You might be wondering, liar, why does it say Dinosaur Island? Did you know in the middle of the Philippines, there's a place called Dinosaur Island? It is not an island, actually. There's no water nearby. But I really wanted to go to Dinosaur Island. Why are you dotting me? Why are you dotting me? Maki, would you like to give your review of the Philippines Dinosaur Island? Do you want to share with the class what you thought of Dinosaur Island that I picked, by the way? I'm the one that saw it on the map and I said, I want to go. That is the place I want to go. I really want to see Dinosaur Island. Can I tell the lore? I am telling you lore. I saw it on the way between Manila and La Union. I'm like, okay, what are we going to do on the road trip? Because we can't just do a full straight road trip. We got to do something on the way. Dinosaur Island? Oh, they want to do Korean barbecue? Oh, they want to go see like a safari thing? No, we're going to Dinosaur Island. So we went to Dinosaur Island. And you know what? Everyone loved it. I actually make really good decisions about traveling. Look at this place. Look, they have dinosaurs. Very real dinosaurs. Definitely not fake. Look, a real dinosaur chicken? I did not realize that he was a dinosaur chicken when I took this photo, and now I'm just now realizing it. So I'm not sure what that's about, but he was there. This is a pretty great place. There's so many photo ops, and you can see all these different dinosaurs, like this dead one. Wow, guys, don't you love this dead dinosaur? They had a real dinosaur and they killed it. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy that you just said that, but I will allow it. Are dinosaurs chickens? Aren't chickens dinosaurs? Wait, which came first, the dinosaur or the chicken? But yeah, they killed a dinosaur right in front of us. They had this dinosaur hatching right in front of us. Can't you tell? This head is way too big for this egg. I'm sorry. This does not feel right. They had a lot of other animatronics of dinosaurs though, and they're all little sounds. They moved a little bit. It was pretty cool. They also had some. I think these are fake bones, but they had some dinosaur skulls around the place, which was kind of neat. Someone mentioned Goku earlier. They have Dinosaur Goku here, which I thought was really funny. I don't know why Dinosaur Goku is a thing, but I liked him, and I thought you guys would like him, so I took a photo. Yeah, it's the Goku-saur. Like I said, copyright isn't really a thing. Tune in for the video where I show you some crazy stuff. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Please also get water if you're like me and dying. And I guess I'll do the posture check too. Someone's gotta show these guys Jurassic Park. Wait until I show you some of the other photos. Okay. Stretching. Okay. Alright. I took this photo just because it really did feel like we were in a jungle. Fun fact, the Philippines is like a tropical country. Did you know that? It's just something very different for me because the place I live obviously does not look like this. It's very different because it's winter, or is it winter or spring? I forget. It's cold. It's cold where I live. And it was kind of crazy to just be sitting in a place and it sounds like a jungle. Like you could hear insects and frogs and everything buzzing. It was kind of crazy. I liked it. So about Jurassic Park. They had a ride. They had a couple rides here at Dinosaur Island. And the idea was that you were going on like a little safari, I guess. There wasn't really a story. You just kind of hopped on these little buggy things. They smelled like diesel. You just hopped on it and then you went on your way. There was not a lot to look at on this ride. However, what they would do is there were a couple places where someone in a dinosaur suit would come out and then pretend to attack, quote unquote, your little car. Okay, that's fine. It's cute or whatever. They're not like actually like running at us. The second like obstacle we face, a man in a gorilla suit suddenly runs at us and starts banging on the front windshield. And I'm in the front seat. I'm on the side that he's coming from. So I just see this big, furry creature come running at us and then start banging on the car. I would like to state for the audience that I am not the one that screamed. I'm happy to report that. But I want you to know that that's what I had to witness in Dinosaur Island. And I came out scarred and bitter, but I came out better for it. That's pretty good. I do feel bad for the people who are probably being underpaid to just stand there in really big suits and that are probably really sweaty and it's really hot and no one's there, so they have to just stand there for hours doing nothing until someone shows up, and then they have to bang on a little car for like 2 seconds, and then that's the whole job. Maybe they like that though, I don't know. Hi Jotun, by the way, it's so good to see you. Half gorilla costume, then half black leggings. I would be happy if that was the case, because otherwise I would be very miserable for that man. I do not envy the job that he had to do. But it was a cute ride, if you like getting jump scared and attacked. But also not want to wait around to be on cars. What? You don't want to like beat up cars for a job? Some people like that idea of like destruction for a job. I guess you couldn't really break it though. It was plexiglass. Oh, sorry. And of course, how could I forget? Dinosaur Land got you access to also Insectlandia, which is right next door. Insectlandia is a little bit different from Dinosaur Land, where instead of dinosaurs, it's just really big insects. And the dinosaurs had little sound bites that went with them. The insect ones were all broken. You'll hear what they sound like in the vlog, so please stay tuned for that. Make sure to follow me for that when that comes out. But the animals were cute. I like the slug. The slug was very cute. It looked like it was actually nibbling on the leaves, which I thought was sweet. And here's the Japanese shrine gate to Insectlandia. Giant slug is... Yeah, I like the little snail. I think it's cute. I guess it's a big snail, not a little snail. The other thing that I thought was kind of interesting, they had signs that told you more about the different animals. And I would think that this is like a place for kids, right? Like it's got dinosaurs, it's got like bugs, it's very cute kind of stuff. There's definitely some things that are more for kids than for adults. All of the signage is in English though. It's not Tagalog, it's just all English. I don't know why they decided to do it like that, but I don't know. I don't have pictures of a dinosaur show that Maki is mentioning, but there was a show for the dinosaurs and the bugs. That's also in the vlog. So look forward to that. Sorry, I don't mean to keep hyping up my vlog that isn't done yet, but that's where you're going to see actually a lot of the cool stuff from this trip. Like the Beetle Kingdom. Does that tree, out of curiosity, looks familiar to you? It kind of reminds me of the Animal Kingdom tree. I'm sure that's not related to anything. So then we got Korean... I want to say KBBQ, except when we went to this Korean barbecue place, they did the barbecuing in the kitchen, and then we couldn't actually do the cooking, which is what we were intending to do. So we got food. It was pretty good, but we couldn't do the actual Korean barbecue part. But it was pretty good. This beef was really good. Whatever the sauce was, I really like it. I, once again, forgot to take the photo until after I was eating, so it's not as aesthetic. Sorry. I don't really have any notes for this one. I just really like this photo. I don't know why. We didn't eat here, by the way. I just happened to see it. That's all. Rather see food in the process of being eaten. I can understand that, because at least it shows that like it's actually like being consumed and not just for like photos. Because some photos definitely make food look plastic or fake. But it's not pretty, and I want to have pretty photos so you guys see how pretty and cool it is in the Philippines, and then you guys can go visit Maki, and then you can entertain him. And then you pay him for his services. That's your real job, is now a tour guide. I can speak English. Now we made it to the beach. Here's the view from our beach. Look at that blue water. It was not a high wave beach. This is apparently a really good beach for learning how to surf. I took surfing lessons here. Everyone took surfing lessons. It was like for an hour you get lessons. Oh, here's my breakfast, by the way. I'll talk about surfing when we get to the surf pictures. Look how good this pancake looks. This was really nice. The banana's really good too. I'm not really a banana fan for the most part. And I don't really like syrup and banana together, but everything here was really good. Is that what? If you're saying there's a reflection, that's not a reflection. I double checked that this is the ceiling. It's a pancake. Oh, you thought it was pita bread. Oh, no. This is a pancake. It was really good. It was really yummy. Yeah, there's not really a photo of us, I think, getting... there. I think we just kind of passed out for the night. I really don't remember what happened after Dinosaur Island. I'm gonna be so real. Boop. Oh. I had one meal that was really, really good. It was my favorite meal of all time in the Philippines. They have this thing called halo halo. It is a dessert. And halo halo literally means like to mix up or like mix. So this is a mixture of like ice cream and gelatin and a bunch of other stuff that they just put and they mash all together into this little cup. And then you have to mix it up and then you eat it. It is my favorite thing that I ate on this entire trip. It tastes like a Christmas sugar cookie is the best way I can explain it. And everything inside of it is really, really good. I thought they did a really good job with all the ingredients. I only got to eat it once. We went to go eat there right before we left the resort, but they were closed. And it made me really depressed. We tried like 2 or 3 separate times to go back to this place after having it the first time, and they were closed every time. So now I'm legally required to go back to the Philippines. That's not the reason I'm legally required to go back to the Philippines, but it is part of the reason I have to go back to the Philippines. We did go halo halo hunting. We tried multiple stores too, which I thought was funny. Can you learn the recipe? No. No. You could try at home. You might be in a better position to do it than I am. Oy. But yeah, that was my favorite meal. This is more food check stuff. So we went walking around. This is a lot of food pictures. We did not eat in this order though. This is out of order technically for the photos. Oy. Sorry, I gotta reposition. My legs are yelling at me. So this was the Costa Villa Beach Resort. We did not stay here, to be clear. I just happened to see it while we were going. That's not food, but it is. We're on the way to a restaurant, right? Oh, silly me. I'm in the way of something. My bad. Spider-Man's here too. Yeah, Spider-Man's just here randomly. The whole Shrek family's here. Don't mind the missing twins, or other 2 of the triplets. And Fiona looks a little tinier than I remember, but the gang's all here. But wait, there's more. Watch this. For some reason, right next to Shrek and his family, Goku is chained and being held back from fighting. I didn't know chains could hold back a Super Saiyan, or Turbo Saiyan? What do you call it when his hair goes blue? Is he going Super Saiyan? I don't know what this means. They did microwave. For some reason, they microwaved all of these copyright characters. Like I said, copyright infringement is not real in the Philippines. They're just out here. Which Spider-Man symbiote is white? I don't think he's meant to be like a white suit. I think it's just like he is so like burnt out from the sun or like bleached out from the sun that he's just become this color. Like you can still see some of the red a little bit here. It looks like they got sandblasted, actually, is what this looks like. I didn't even realize he's on, like, a 4-wheeler. Huh. Anyway. This was on the way to a restaurant. Here's the nachos we had. Have you ever had green nachos before? We did. This was pretty okay. We ate so much on this trip for some reason. I do not know why. There's no good reason for the amount of food that we ate. And we never even finished some of our meals because we just kept eating. I don't know why. I don't think even any of us know why. We just kept doing it. We're like, okay, it's time to go eat. And then we would go out and then we'd lay back down. And we're like, okay, it's time to go eat. And then we go get more food to eat. I don't know why. I was so full. It was just a consumption trip. I don't know. That wasn't the... Because this isn't the only thing we ate. There were 2 other dishes here. We had cheese, potato fries, and then we had fish and chips. Look at all these carbs. This is pretty good. I didn't have any of this, though. This is someone else's meal. But I ate some of this. I ate mostly this, though. Why did you try as much as you can? I tried too much is the issue. Let's see. Next. Speaking of eating too much... We came back from the trip to get this food right here. And then we're like, okay, now we have to do the food taste test. So then we had to eat all of this. We had to eat all of this. Because Maki was very nice, and he got me and Typo a bag full of these different food items. It was very nice. However, we then had to eat every single bag. Anyway, here's my food tier list. So if you're curious, if you ever want to know what's the good food in the Philippines, if you're at a convenience store, you're going to miss this because there's an ad about to happen. If you're not subscribed on YouTube or you have Twitch Turbo, sorry to anyone who has Twitch Turbo or not Twitch Turbo. I know how English works. I'm going to give my food reviews on Filipino food, and then we'll be right back to food or pictures, but I won't move on from this image, so don't worry. Okay, let me get a drink before I rant on about this. Okay. Food review. Also, if you're watching Tip to Tip, good luck. This is not a slander tier list. That's very different. Alright. Just top of the list right away. Mango. S tier. I'm not really a mango girl, to be honest. I like dried mango, though. And this is dried mango, so it's pretty good. I liked it a lot. S tier. I have not opened my bag yet, because we had 2 of each. I'm really excited for it, though. A tier. This was pretty good. I could eat these pretty easily. Piatos, which is just cheesy chips. Pretty basic, but I could definitely see myself stuffing my mouth full of them. Strawberry cream. I wanted to like this more than I did. It's like little chewy candy, basically. It's strawberry. It's okay. It's pretty good. I could probably eat a couple pretty easily. Not my favorite in the world, though. Nova. These remind me of Sun chips. I think they're called Sun chips. So if you ever had a Sun chip before, this is exactly the same. Pretty good. This one's called Ding Dong. Ding Dong is just like mixed nuts. So if you like nuts, it's pretty good. Apparently we had these at karaoke. Oh, we did karaoke, by the way. We did karaoke 2 separate times. Only one time, though, we had this. It's pretty good. I don't know when I'm going to eat it, though. Boy Bawang. Did I say that right? I don't know. It's like garlic chips. Or like they're little like garlic pebbles is the best way I can describe them. They're like little round chips. Or orbs. I don't know how else to describe them. They're okay. They're a little too strong, I think, if I remember correctly. It's either they were too strong or they weren't strong enough. I don't remember exactly. This is a basic potato one. I don't remember what it was. Piato sour cream. Same thing as this one, just a different flavor. I like this one more. The Great Disappointment. Choco Nut is chocolate bars, but they're very crumbly and very dry. I did not enjoy these as much as I wanted to as a chocolate enjoyer, so it went pretty low. This says chincharon, which is like pork rind if I remember correctly, but this one's the vegetarian version. They're okay. Chippies taste like Fritos if I remember correctly. Tommy Sweet Corn. I don't remember what this one tasted like. I forget. Oishi prawn crackers. You might have seen these before if you have been to a Japanese supermarket. I've had another kind of brand of shrimp chips, which makes me really low value these because I did not like those. This was better than the other shrimp chips I've had, but still not that great. And then bottom of the list, I hated these. Pillows, crackers. I don't like these. I really don't like these. They're very dry. I don't like them. Not for me. Not good. Don't like. Thank you. Not a fan. Once again, ube. I don't like ube. That's what I'm learning. It's not for me. I think I had an ube pizza in Universal Studios, and I liked that. So maybe I just like savory ube, but I don't like sweet ube. It's not for me. Welcome back from ads. That was almost pretty much perfect timing. That was my food tier list. I hope you enjoyed. Here's the nighttime view. You can't see any stars, but it was very pretty. It was very bright in our very specific area. The unfortunate thing, though, is we were staying at a resort, and right next to the resort, there was a karaoke place, I guess, and they went until 1 in the morning. So, as someone who likes to go to bed a little bit earlier, it was not fun. I did not enjoy that. No, like purple potato. I do like the purple potato, I guess, when it's a pizza crust. I don't like it when it's a sweet thing, though. Here's a drink I had. I forget what it was, but it was okay. I wanted boba, but it wasn't boba. It was just more like a jelly, and I did not like the jelly. Oh, yeah. The beanbags were really nice. What was karaoke in PH like? So the karaoke places we went to, let me go see if I can find like a good photo to like wait on or like to sit on. Oh, that's breakfast. That's not what it, okay, here. I would say it's a lot better than the other karaoke I've done in other places like America and Japan, to be honest. Not that we really did much karaoke in Japan. We did it one time. We did it at I forget what it's called. It's like very common. Round 1. It was very expensive. It was okay. We couldn't read anything. In the Philippines, the one we went to both times was called Rockstar. And it was really nice because all of the songs, they had an English option, which was immediately much better than the one in Japan. I think it was a lot harder to find English songs in Japan. But the Rockstar one, they had Filipino songs, they had Chinese songs, they had Japanese songs, they had Korean songs. They had a lot of songs, and actually songs that we knew, which was really nice. It was really easy to understand. When you're in Rockstar specifically, the amount you pay for the room actually goes towards food. So, for example, if you paid $2,000 for a room, that meant you get to have $2,000 in food credit as well. You did have to pay a service fee on top of that, though, so if you'd never used like your full money, that would go towards the service charge. But I did like the food there. We basically had dinner at the Rockstar on the second day. It was so good. They had this like barbecue pork. It was so good. And they had a really good milkshake, which is not good for singing, but it was so good. Oh, it was so yummy. I want it back so bad. Ah. Anyway. Speaking of yummy, this is the breakfast I had. It's supposed to be Filipino, but I don't remember what made it Filipino. But the beef was really good. This is the photo I was looking at when I decided I need to go get a burger. So take that as you will. And then it was beach day. Apparently Maki's calling this top silog. That makes it sound like slop, but it's not slop. It's pretty good. So let's talk about the beach really quickly. I like the beach a lot. Tybo loves the beach, so this was very much for us. For me though, my experience with the ocean has been swimming with my own 2 little feet. Or being on a boat. I've been on a boat before. Those are my 2 options. I've never really surfed before. So we all got surfing lessons. And, you know, it was nice. They showed us how to, like, position. They taught me in English, which is nice. They're like, why don't you speak Tagalog? And I said, I'm not good enough. I'm sorry. I don't think they laughed at that, unfortunately. So we get in the water. Maki and Typo... Well, Typo doesn't need lessons. He already knows how to surf. So he goes off and he does his own thing before we do our lessons. Maki goes way off into like a different section. And my person like puts me somewhere else. So I don't have the luxury of like seeing my friends while doing the surfing. And we do a couple things. Like I crash. I stand for a little bit on the second round. And then we get to the third wave. I do not last long on the third wave. And as I'm trying to come up for air, I am slammed in the head by my surfboard as it hits me square on the top of my head. When I say on top of my head, it makes it sound like I like bonked my like head, but I mean more like it hit like I can actually point to it. Like it hit like right here. Right here. Right in the middle of my big old head. And it hurt a lot. And I was under the water when it happened. So I'm just trying to cover for air, and then I get hit by a really, really painful sensation. I did not pass out. Fun fact. I did not die. I'm still here today, thank goodness. Which is funny because Maki had a dream where I died, but... I did not die. In fact, I was very proud of myself because as soon as I got hit, my only thought was don't pass out. And I was very focused on survival mode, which I thought was really, really funny. I then decided that surfing was not for me. And I went back to the beach. I returned my surfboard. I did a little bit of a cry. And I watched as my friends did their surfing. So I've learned that I love the ocean, but the ocean does not love me upon a surfboard. So I'm not meant for the surf. Which I'm okay with, actually. I'm okay with this. Because even when I did really good on the surfing, I didn't really enjoy it. That's the only way I can really explain it. Like, I didn't really feel anything. I was just standing on a board. And I'm glad people do like surfing. If they like surfing, then I'm happy. It looks really cool. But I'm just glad that, like, I have a way to enjoy it that isn't the surfboard. I think maybe I was thinking about it too much, but that's okay. So, if you ever ask me to go surfing, the answer will be no. Also, if you ever try surfing, he told me this after I got hit, which I thought was kind of dumb, looking back on it. If you ever try to surf and you wipe out on your surfboard, put your arms above your head. Do not just, like, flail about. If you put your arms around your head, that way if your surfboard does hit you, you won't, like, get head trauma like I did. That's also kind of why I'm kind of nervous about the neck issue, because I'm like, is that related to the surfboard? I don't think it is. I think it is directly related to the airplane. But I did still have some bruising on my forehead after coming back from the trip, so that's why I'm still a little hesitant. So if I ever mention, like, I have a really bad headache, low-key, I kind of have a headache right now. Anyway, I'm not sure what that means. But anyway, look how pretty the beach is. Isn't that a nice view? They also had this random airplane next to where we were staying, and a lady who wanted me to have a massage really badly, but I said no. I thought it was kind of strange that she was asking people on the beach if they wanted to have a massage. I don't think this is the place for it. Oh, but you know what? Cultural sidebar. There's a lot of massage places. I know you're gonna think like the one type of massage, but no, they just had like a lot of regular massage places. I don't know what's up with that. I guess it's just part of the normalcy there. Food pick. So after surf day, we then had a road trip outside of the city of I don't know, is La Union the name of the city or just the region? And we left the beach to go have a little adventure. But we had this lovely lunch beforehand. Look at how pretty it is. Is this not so pretty? Culture sidebar. All the rice looks exactly the same. They put it in the exact same shape every time, which is like a cylinder. I think it's really funny. Anyway. This was pork. If I not sinigang. Because sinigang is soup, and I did not like the soup. Sinigang is like a sour soup. Good luck with work. Here's a close-up of my food. It looks really good. I think it was very pretty. I thought they did a great job with presentation. I like the sauce, and I like the rice. The pork was okay. I thought I needed a little bit more flavor. So we ended up going to this place. I forget the name of it. But it's like a little artsy place next to a gravel beach, which I have never been to before. I also want to mention, once again, there's a lot of artistic nudity. Also, a lot of Christmas stuff in this place. I don't know why. They had a lot of, like, Grinch and, like, Santa stuff around the place, just hidden. They also had a lot of, like, traditional art as well, but I just kept noticing the Christmas stuff. Here's a picture of the beach. I'm so disappointed about this still. I have an audio and video recording of this beach because it sounds really cool with the way the waves go over the stones. But the wind actually gets in the way of the sound of it, and it makes it sound not as pretty, and I was so upset about this. But it's really pretty. I actually saw some people swimming on the opposite end, like behind this section here. It seemed pretty precarious to swim here, though, because it's all like stones, and it's very hard to climb up from this. So if you're exhausted from swimming, this is a battle to climb up. But it is an option, I guess. I don't know where they came from, though, because there was no housing, I think, near where we were. So they were just kind of swimming. Good for them, I guess. It was very pretty, though. The houses that they built around here were very, very nice. You could tell that artsy people loved being here. I don't know if I would want to live here, though. Just personally. It was a lot of wood and a lot of... The flooring was actually, like, gravel itself. It wasn't, like a full, like, slab. It was just gravel. And, like, the wood was really pretty, but the stairs were too big, and, like, there's no AC. And I like AC, so that might be rough. Also, randomly, there was a lot of frogs. Like, a lot of frogs around here. I don't know why. But there were a lot of frogs. I thought you guys would appreciate this. There was a lot of frogs. They love frogs. Then we went to get, it was, I guess it's Mexican. It was called, like, Only Pans or Only Pans. So I got a quesadilla because I wasn't feeling too hot. It was okay. I'm not really a fan of corn tortillas, but they really like corn tortillas here, I guess. So if you're in La Union, go try Only Pans. And then we had barbecue. We loved our barbecue for some reason. So this was the American barbecue. So there was like baby back ribs somewhere in here. There's like beef, there's chicken, and then they had, this is mashed potato. It did not taste like mashed potato. This is supposed to be Texas toast, I think. It did not taste like Texas toast, but that's okay. And they had, I want to say this barbecue sauce. This is nacho cheese, and then this is Dijon mustard. What is Texas toast? Texas toast is like a thicker slice of bread. It's usually heavily buttered, if I remember correctly. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Let me fact check myself. Texas toast. Toasted bread that's typically made from sliced bread that's thicker than usual. And then usually has butter spread on both sides, and then you grill it a little bit. I don't think they added the butter part, though. I don't think this is very buttered. But there's a little bit of grilling. So that's why it's not really Texas toast, in my honest opinion. Not to be too judgmental, but I don't think it counts as Texas toast. It was still really good, though. We had a lot of fancy drinks while we were out, too. But not like alcoholic, just we kept drinking, like, fancy, like shakes and stuff. Oh my gosh, cat photo! We didn't stay in La Union for that long, because we only had, like, a week, right? So this was our return trip back. I just wanted to take this photo because I feel like the Jollibee mascot is kind of a cultural symbol of the Philippines. I saw this sign a lot. He is everywhere. He wants you to drive safely so bad. I don't think I've ever seen Ronald McDonald tell me to drive safe. Have you? I've never seen it. Sounds like the good part to put in a bread sandwich. Oh yeah, Texas toast is really good when it's done right. So road trip back, but we aren't going the way we came. We're going to Baguio, which is a place in the mountains. So in less than 2 hours, we went from the beach, like right by sea level, obviously, to really high mountains. Really high mountains. The city was really cool itself. It was kind of neat to see like the way the city's like buildings were housed on top of each other. I didn't get great photos though because it was a lot of road tripping. So there were some photos that had a reflection, and then some photos that you know, just didn't look good because we were driving. Because you can even kind of see like this tree is a little bit blurry here. You didn't need to get used to the altitude. I didn't need to. I was pretty okay. I'm kind of used to this though. I do. How do I word this? I'm a traveler, so I'm used to doing a lot of like traveling between different altitudes. Some other people needed a little bit more, or they like had a headache, or they got kind of sleepy. But for me, I was pretty okay. And we went to this place that's kind of like advertised as being like a Ghibli house. It's sort of like an art collective thing again, where a bunch of different like little restaurants and stores all take little homes inside this big building. It's really cool. I forget the name of it. It'll be named in the what's it called? The what's it called? The vlog. Oh my gosh, I'm losing the ability to think. But we had food here. If you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen a video of me drinking a cat latte thing. It was not coffee, but it was like tea. It was like a matcha tea latte thing. It was pretty good. It's really cute. Do I need some coffee? No. I have the strawberry lemonade though, for my burger. That makes it sound like the burger. No, I had a lemonade with my burger. I like the lemonade, but I haven't finished it yet. It's okay. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. I'm so awake right now. Maybe I should have some of my lemonade, actually. You're so right. Sorry, I'm getting delusional after a couple hours. I don't know what happened to me. Yep, that's lemonade. Ow. Anyway, this place is really cute. We ate food here. I don't know if I took a picture of the food we had. I just took a picture of my tea. Look how cute this cup is, by the way. I thought it was so cute. I was so happy with this order. Oh, I'll do the posture check too. Oh, I don't want it though. Okay. Once again, artistic nudity. Sorry, jump scare. Like I said, they all hit this. They're all either very naked or they're hitting this pose. Don't mind the sign right there. Don't mind this. I saw so many statues that were this exact pose. They looked exactly like this. There's just something about this pose that was so common in all the art I saw, or all the statues I saw, which I thought was really funny. They also had a lot of jewelry here, which I thought was cute. I think Maki bought some things here. I did not buy anything. Oh no, that does not say just suffer. That says lust suffer. L-U-S-T. There's also no future. I don't know what this one says underneath, but I thought it was funny. I like this store. You only had 2 emotes? Yeah. You could only do. We joked that there was only 2 emotes you could do back in the day, when we were at the museum. It's either you're sitting or you're standing, like the previous guy. I'll just quickly. What was that? Wow. Did you guys see something? Anyway. Hand jump scare. I don't think it's anyone's hands though, so you're okay. These are not my hands, to be clear. The place that you saw this stuff in, he actually had a little, what's it called? Little flyer for a little, like, LARP Renaissance fair that they had in the area recently. So you can see I am big in it. So they had Halfling Camp. We missed Halfling Camp. A live-action roleplay event where you could train halflings for their journey. Well, does not sound exciting? And then they had TheaterCon, they had Ren Fair, they had the Aurora Ball. Does this not look so cute? I thought this was so sweet. I'm so happy I found this. They also had the following competitions. Can you guess what the Hobbit Feet competition is? I wonder. Does that say camera museum? Okay, I thought that said gamer museum at first. I think it says camera museum. This looks so cool. It's a shame we couldn't go, but like we went the week after, if I remember correctly, so we just missed it. But that's okay. As long as they had fun. Cat! Another shot. Oh, this is how high up we were, by the way. There were clouds at where we were at. We didn't go up into the clouds, if I remember correctly, but we were that close. It was really cool. I really liked the view. I wish some of my shots had turned out better, but unfortunately, driving and cameras don't really work very well together. Copyright infringement. I took this photo for a friend because they really like Killua, and they really like Hunter x Hunter. I just thought it was really funny. Did you know Killua was a vegetable dealer in the Philippines? And we went back, and then Maki decided the best way to end the trip is to take us to Koreatown, which is like the red light district apparently in the Philippines. You can see because there's I don't even know what to call this. It was like a dating event, but it was like no strings attached, so take that as you will. I think one of the sign literally says like single, dating, complicated, everyone's welcome, which I thought was crazy. But there's a very important reason he took us to Koreatown. It's for the Korea barbecue. We had Korean barbecue officially for the final day. It was really, really good. And they had a lot more dishes. There's some dishes that I'm more used to in American Korean barbecue. So some of the stuff was new, but it was all really good. Hi, Buddha. I hope you're doing well. I missed the Korean barbecue. And it was cheaper than America, too. Surprise, surprise. I probably won't bring this up on the vlog, but I will talk about my final day a little bit. Our final day, it was me and Typo. Typo and I had to go to different airports because we needed to take different flights. So we get dropped off at his terminal. And I don't know what to do. I don't really speak the language because Maki is no longer here. So I have to figure this out on my own. I'm standing there because there's a bus that says free airport terminal travel because the terminals are so far apart in Manila that you have to actually take a bus. Okay, that's fine. I'll take my terminal. I watch as the bus driver finishes smoking his cigarette, walks to his empty bus, opens the door for himself, closes it, and then he drives away. Oh, I say. Oh, well, I guess I'll wait here for forever until the next bus shows up. This lovely lady approaches me. She's like, "Excuse me, are you waiting for a black bus?" No, I was watching that white bus that was free terminal go that way. There was a free bus? Yeah, I thought so, but it just drove off. She's like, "Well, I need to get to terminal..." I was like Terminal 2 or something. We both need to go to the same terminal. I need to get to Terminal 2. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to go to Terminal 2. So we end up like being little buddies. She takes me to the bus that I'm supposed to go on. You have to pay for this one, but it was only like 50 pesos or something. I forget. It was a money amount I had, so I paid it because it's not like I'm going to really need it in America anymore. And we start talking and she's like, "Yeah, I'm from like this place over, I'm not gonna say her exact place because I don't want to like dox her like place. She lives somewhere else, but like she's half Filipino, so she comes over here sometimes. And she was here, but her flight got canceled, so now she has to go to the terminal to yell or like talk to the people in charge of her airport so they actually give her like money back and her luggage because apparently they took her luggage beforehand. She did like a pre-luggage thing. Basically, I was picked up by a very lovely rich lady, and she led the way to me to get to the airport in time. So without her, I may have been lost. So everyone say thank you to the very pretty rich lady who saved my life in the Philippines. She was very nice. I hope she was able to get her flight rescheduled and her luggage secured. I think about her. I hope she's okay. I did take some quick photos at the airport before I went. If you ever see one of these, you can open the barrel for a special surprise. So be sure to buy one for all your family and friends. I didn't buy any, unfortunately. I did not have room. Oh, so sad. We also had this shirt. I didn't take a photo of it, but Maki had me try something called Tahoe, which I guess is like a soy drink, but I'm unfortunately not into soy, so it did not taste good. Also, he gave me a really hot soy, and it was hot out, so it didn't really work that well. And then there's Potato Corner. I'm so sorry to this man I caught scratching his booty. Sorry, let me cover that. Horse facts guy. Hello, horse facts guy. I know a lot of people who like horse facts. It's kind of funny you're here. So Potato Corner is... I don't know how to explain it. It's basically... I mean, obviously it's a potato place. They do fries. But I guess they have some amount of cultural significance because I went to Uniqlo while I was there, and they had a whole section dedicated to Potato Corner. I did almost buy a Potato Corner merch without ever trying it because I thought it was so funny. I mean, look at the name and look at the little guy. He's really cute, right? So I tried it. I had a little bit of an issue like trying to communicate with exactly what I wanted, but I did it. I'll show you the food right here. Wow, look at that. Chicken and fries. And I will say, it was pretty okay. It was pretty... I don't even want to say it's like KFC level. It was okay. The fries were okay. I don't think the seasoning did anything for it. Would I like my horse fact? Feel free to give me my horse fact whenever you would like. So to go back here really quickly. This is some little merch things I saw. They had a lot of like this pig being roasted, which I thought was a strange like thing to make your like symbol. They also had the Jeepies. They had this game. I forget what it's called though. But I played it before. I played it in a Nancy Drew game specifically, which I thought was funny. I did not get any of this. I don't think I saved the merch photos in this photo album, but I will show you guys later when I get a chance. Mancala, yes, you're right. I played that before. I think I played in Pop Tropica. I forget, but it was something like that. We never played it though. We talked about it though on the trip. And then I arrived in Hong Kong. That was my first stop. I was only there for an hour, but this is the first time I was on mainland Asia, which is kind of interesting. I've never actually been able to go to mainland Asia. So for 5 seconds, I was here. It was really quick though. It was like an hour. And then I was already like out the door. I didn't even really get to talk to anyone. It was more like, okay, give us your documentation. Go. I couldn't even like wait in a different section or like double check to see if this was the right flight. They were just like, you go here. And I said, okay. But it was really pretty. For one brief moment, I was on the same continent as Ludwig and, what's his name? Michael. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot Michael. But yeah, it was a lot. It was pretty neat though for the 5 seconds I was there. And then here's the menu. Okay, real talk. I've never been on a Cathay flight before. If you ever heard of Cathay Pacific before, they're really nice. I've never been on a flight with them before this moment, and I think I would like to fly with them again. It was very, very nice. Look at this menu they gave me. This is very fancy. I have never had a menu on a flight before. And the milk tea was really good. I mentioned earlier when I was talking about my beef pineapple rice dish on my flight, I was like, yeah, that's the best one I've ever had on a flight. I did not know what I was going to be prepared for on this Cathay flight. It was so good. They gave me... Let me find it. They gave me ice cream. They gave me ice cream. And fruit. And bread. But they gave me ice cream. It was really good ice cream. It was really good. So that was my flight. That was my whole week. I went to the Philippines for 15 hours. And then 7 days. And then I flew back for 15 hours and I hurt my neck. Because I slept on a plane for 15 hours and it hurt. Also, there's some extra photos at the end. When we were at the... What's it called? When we were at BGC, we went to one of the really nice, fancy malls. Happy Women's Month, by the way. It's the end of Women's Month, I guess, but happy Women's Month. I had a friend take this photo for me. It was really good. I tried to take a photo, actually, of this during the day, and people kept walking in front of it, so I couldn't take a good photo. But he was very sweet. You know, guys, I have a friend that just respects women so much, he just waited for like several minutes for people to get out of the way, and then he could get me a woman, this photo of women. I'm very happy with this photo. Thank you for showing me this photo of women. It's actually really good, too. I think he did a really good job with it. Also, they have these monkeys. Maki really likes this fact. There's a monkey. I almost called it a maki. There's a monkey in the Philippines. It's very sensitive. The only thing Maki ever told me about this monkey is that if you take a photo of it, it kills itself. That was the way he decided to explain this monkey to me. I don't know what it's actually called. I don't know anything about it. It's very cute, but all I know about it is that it's very sensitive to photo lights and that it freaks out if you take a photo like with flash photography and then it dies. Tarsiers. It's called a tarsier, guys. Look it up. So, that was that photo. And then the last one, very, very important. No tooting. No tooting. Sorry, I just really like this photo. It made me crack up. So that was my photo trip. Did you like my photos? Do you have any questions about the Philippines? My Filipino expert and I are here to answer any questions you have. I did a lot of traveling. I did a lot of talking. I hope I was able to be coherent for the entire... How long have I been streaming? 2 hours and 35 minutes. I hope you were able to understand the words I said, because I feel like I kind of stopped being a person after a certain point. Q&A, when will you come back? Maki, you are distinctly in charge of that, actually. You are the one that decides when I am legally required to go back to the Philippines. But, like, you can't just say now, because you know exactly what the criteria is for me to go back to the Philippines. Was it humid? I don't think so. When I went to Japan, I would say it was pretty humid then. Like, my sister was sweating a lot, and I was sweating a lot, kind of thing. Philippines, I did not feel like I had that issue at all. I don't know if that's because we spent a lot of time indoors, or if it actually just wasn't that humid when we went. If I remember correctly, it's dry season right now in the Philippines, which means it's not going to rain as much. So that might mean it's less humid as well. Zombie with a question. Please feel free to ask whenever. I also had a couple other really good photos of my shot on the plane, because I was lucky enough to get window seat on one of my flights. But that would be too distinguishing for my photos, so I can't do that, sorry. Sorry, I just realized how much talking I did. Is mayonnaise an instrument? I think they actually did say definitively that mayonnaise is an instrument when it's used to make music. Okay, if that's the questions you have, I think we're done here. Alright, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed. Let me check my schedule really quickly. I also need to... Actually, I think I'm on the right layer for this. Right? No. You know, let's go over here. Whoa. And then... There we go. This is my, I'm pretty sure, official schedule, and no changes will happen, because I had a schedule, and then I realized I need to change some things, and then I made the schedule, and then some other things changed. So I think this is definitively the schedule. I don't have my pointer anymore, but basically, we did the Monday stream. Wow, I'm back from the Philippines, even though it's been like a whole week, and I have a vlog I still need to work on, but I'm making progress, so thank you guys for being here. I hope you enjoyed. Tuesday, as usual, I will not be streaming. And for April Fools, I'm making you guys the fools today because I'm making you guys listen to me sing and request karaoke. There's no set list. There's no plans. There's no plans actually for like any like jokes or anything. So if you're worried about that, there's no joke. The only joke is my singing, which you get to listen to at 7 p.m. EDT and 4 p.m. PDT. I don't know how long I'll go. I don't know how many songs I'll sing. It depends entirely on my vocal stamina and how I'm feeling, but I will sing for you. I actually have a website that you can request songs on. If you are on my Discord, I will share the link for my song suggestion thing in the suggestion channel, and if you have any songs you would like to hear me sing, you can ask for them there. Thank you. Thursday, I might not be available to stream. I don't know entirely yet, but I might be. And if I am, I might do some Lodestar RP, GTA RP. I've been wanting to go back really bad. I think so. The people there are really cool, and I want RP. I've been itching. On Friday, I'm going on date night. You guys are coming with me to date night. We're going on a date night together, but also not together. Not like that. I am not parasocial with you. Don't take that way. We're going to date inanimate objects instead. And then on Saturday, we're going to do more Lodestar RP, unless I'm working. But probably we're going to do Lodestar RP. And then Resident Evil on Sunday. I think I mentioned it before. I'm going to try and take Resident Evil a little bit slower, even though I'm more likely to get hit with spoilers. So keep that in mind. But we're going to do the first Resident Evil, the remake, not the original, because Baki got me the original. Am I playing with a controller? I don't know. Probably not. I mean, unless I'm supposed to. We'll see. Remind me to request Over the Rainbow. I feel like I can't sing that song correctly, but I will do it because I am the April Fool. I will sing for you. I will do my best to sing it too. I promise I'm also gonna like actually try and give my best in these songs too. So if you're like, oh, I want her to sing this song, but she's gonna sing it like a clown, I'm going to actually try seriously, so keep that in mind too. So that's my schedule. Thanks for being here. I never know how to really end these, so I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to go pass out now, and I'm going to send Twitch somewhere. YouTube, we are not rating out. Sorry, but it was good to see you. I'll see you guys later. Bye. See you later. Bye bye. Bye. You could go. I mean, Twitch, I prefer if you stayed so that when we raid, people think we're cool and awesome, and it'd be cool to like raid together. I don't know, but YouTube, bye. Bye bye.